I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Heat alerts remain in effect through Sunday for more than 41 million people in the Southwest. Temperatures in a small Southern California desert community soared to 108 degrees yesterday, tying the highest March temperature ever recorded in the U.S. Thermal California is forecast to hit 110 degrees tomorrow. KEYT TV's Dave Alley in Santa Maria, north of Santa Barbara.
In an effort to find some measure of relief, people in Santa Maria are looking for options. While it can be as simple as finding a bit of shade, others are taking the plunge.
The pool here is refreshing. The water temp is great, and it's better than AC.
Air conditioning, though, is in high demand. Public buildings like the Santa Maria Library report seeing a rise in visitors over the past few days.
California legislative leaders say they'll move to rename Cesar Chavez Day as Farm Workers Day in light of sexual abuse allegations against the late labor leader. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has signed a similar proclamation.
I've been in touch with the Chavez family, and they support our decision to rename this holiday.
President Trump is asked by reporters about putting troops on the ground in the war with Iran.
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you, but I'm not putting troops.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is asked about a $200 billion supplemental the administration will ask Congress to approve to fund military action in Iran. CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
He basically said they're going to try to push it through Congress. It's a question of whether Congress would actually approve this. But if they're asking for this much money, $200 billion, that at least potentially implies that this war will carry on for some time.
Global fuel prices have soared due to an escalation of the war in the Middle East. Tom Kloza, chief energy advisor for Gulf Oil, says he does not think if the war ended soon that things would return to normal quickly.
And by that, I mean, we've seen damage rendered to natural gas and liquefied natural gas and gas to liquids facilities in the Persian Gulf that it's going to take 3, 4, or 5 years to repair.
New research finds that American adults are spending way too much time on their phones, and it could be affecting their brain health.
A Pew Research Center survey finds that more than 80% of Americans go online at least 7 times a day. Psychiatrists like Dr. Sue Varma say.
You have to have awareness that on some level this is impairing my connections.
Doctors say too much screen time is causing everything from mood changes to memory problems, but there are things to try, like...
Am I checking the news? Can I use a newspaper instead?
Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Stocks are down on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
A state trooper resigns. More on that coming up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic in Shoreline. North 5 at 145th. A collision blocks your right lane. Last night, that 145th overpass shut down until the end of the month. Over in Canyon Park, road work continues this afternoon. North 405 at 527. It's taking up your HOV lane. This is scheduled until 2:30, so during this time, that right shoulder lane is open. Only a tiny backup at the scene right now. South 405, I'm seeing scattered backups through Totem Lake and Kirkland. Nothing too heavy. South 5 into Seattle is packed, though, from Northgate in through the U District. Linwood to Seattle has a 10-minute delay. And then North 5, you got a 1-mile backup at that Revive I-5 work zone at the Ship Canal Bridge. 6 minutes gets you through this. That's your KIRO News Radio traffic update.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. This is just coming into the newsroom. This just in, Seattle police are investigating a murder right now. They haven't released any details, but they do say stay away from the 1000 block of South Bailey Street. That's in the industrial area near Boeing Field. The state trooper arrested on suspicion of killing a motorcyclist in a drunken crash has resigned from the Washington State Patrol. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
According to WSP, Sarah Clausen announced her resignation from the force after more than a year since the death of 20-year-old Joser Vega Sanchez. She'll leave her position as of April 1st. She's accused of having a blood alcohol level of 0.17, more than twice the legal limit, 6 hours after her alleged collision with the victim in the Tri-Cities area. WSP spokesperson Chris Loftus says as her trial is ongoing, they will not be able to comment on her service in the agency or the events leading to her arrest. Clausen still faces charges of DUI, vehicular homicide. Her trial was recently pushed back and is now scheduled for September 28th. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Some sad news this morning. Seattle police confirmed the body of a Ballard woman missing since February 28th was found yesterday. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
An investigator tells KIRO News Radio the body of 28-year-old Violet Benjamin was recovered in the water at a public boat launch at Shilshole Avenue Northwest and 14th Avenue Northwest. Her father, Yobi Benjamin, has been in Seattle searching for his daughter since she went missing. Now he waits for the medical examiner for more answers.
They just don't know whether there was foul play or not. It is too early to say what the cause of death is.
The medical examiner will perform an autopsy and toxicology to determine manner and cause of death. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Copper wire thieves strike again, this time on the Montlake Bridge in northeast Seattle. The Washington State Transportation Department says the theft disrupted lighting and signs, including on the bikeway. Part of this has already been replaced. Well, gas prices just keep climbing. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun has your update.
And AAA released the latest numbers. The average for a gallon of regular went up another 8 cents overnight. It is now $5.14. Filling up in King County is going to set you back $5.39 a gallon on average. That is tough. While in Pierce and Snohomish counties, prices are at $5.21.
That war with Iran is driving those prices higher. So is demand, which usually picks up close to spring break and warmer temperatures. Washington also has some of the highest gas taxes in the country. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Our final day of winter 2026 calls for rainy and windy conditions. Warm temperatures, though, into the upper 50s. The first day of spring will be partly sunny, scattered showers, and 56. 53 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Hey, buddy.
Spike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my friend. Happy Thursday to you.
Spike, we're just going to jump right into first things first here.
Sure,
I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you. Me too. I'm glad you're here today.
What almost happened? You almost didn't make it in today. And I haven't heard the story yet. You said, I got a crazy story for you. Something happened last night.
Yeah.
What happened?
So let me just preface this by saying I am not a smart man. I did something really stupid. I did something really stupid last night, and I had a gun pointed at me last night, and I almost got shot last night. Yeah,
for real.
For real. Seriously,
like a for real gun.
I almost got. Yeah. Oh yeah. With someone who knows how to use it.
What happened?
Totally, and no pun intended. It was a self-inflicted wound. I'm fine. You know, a dear friend pointed a gun at me last night because he didn't know it was me. So a little bit of backstory. My wife and I have a couple of really dear friends, and she of this couple owns a Jeep. Mm-hmm. And I think it might just be my wife, but she tells me a lot of people do this. We put little rubber ducks on our friend's Jeep.
Yes.
It's kind of like, I don't know where that trend started.
I see it everywhere all the time.
You see a Jeep that have like a string of ducks across the hood. Well, Melissa, the truly unpleasant Mrs. O'Neill, likes to, surprise our friend. They can wake up in the morning, there's a duck on their Jeep. There was a story that they told us that they drove to the bank and back, and the duck we put on there for, I don't know if it was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Made it all the way to the bank and back before they even realized there was a duck on the hood of their Jeep.
Like a little heart duck or something?
Right. Little red duck with hearts, wings, and a harp or something. Anyway, there was a St. Patrick's Day duck, and I was tasked with putting this duck on the hood of the Jeep. So, and I'm getting this job as we're about to drive to the Kraken game on Tuesday night, St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
This is after my son bought me a pint of Guinness after the show on Tuesday. My son bought me the first beer. He paid for a beer.
Nice.
Right? I mean, I bought him a beer last year on St. Pat's. It's old enough to drink. He bought me my first Guinness for my son. And we're leaving the house to head to the Kraken game, kind of beating, times of a premium. My wife says, "Oh, can you drop this on the Jeep before you go?" Sure, honey, because I know you don't.
These are neighbors. Somebody lives nearby.
Close-ish. 10 minutes in the other direction. I will say that's the kind of a key element of the story. Anyway, the group in the car, not my wife, group in the car says, "Can we do it after the game because we're going to miss the start?" And this big Kraken game intros are great.
Yeah,
world class.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure, we can do it after the game. Go to the game, stay around for 3 wonderful periods of horrible hockey, 6-2 loss. After the game, it's been a long day. Guinness in the afternoon, bada boom, bada bing. Forget to put the duck on the Jeep. So last night at like 10:30, the truly unpleasant says, how'd it go? Did they catch you? Oh, yeah, I forgot. So, you know what? I'm going to go right now.
At night.
I'm going to 10:30 at night. I'm going to swing by. They're in bed.
Sure.
Easy breezy. It's a quick jaunt. Not too far out of my way. I got to pick up oatmeal for the morning anyway. Yada, yada. You know, it's 11 o'clock. It's 10:30 at night. So I pull up to their little house, quiet street. You know, I dim the headlights, the next driveway before theirs, right? Leave the car running in the street. Or side, go on the curb. Pop in, kind of slink down the side of their driveway. 3 cars in their driveway.
Staying in the shadows.
Stay in the shadows. It's raining, so I got the hoodie up. Got the hoodie on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. I see where this is going. It's not going to a good place.
It's not going to a good place. And I've done this before, but it's at this point it's almost 11 o'clock at night, and it's later than we usually do this. Put the duck on the hood of the Jeep. I come slinging back, and I hear this, get the bike! I'm screaming as somebody, there's 3 cars in the driveway, and the Jeep is the last one in the driveway, closest to the garage. The second one in, somebody pops out of the car that's there.
They were in the car.
My neighbor, or my friend, was in their car because they've been having trouble with a neighbor 3 doors down on their street. A guy who's dealing with drug addiction.
Boy, there's a lot of angles. There's a lot of elements to the story.
So they've got a neighbor that's been dealing with addiction issues, whose parents moved out of the house and left in the house a couple, 3-4 years ago, and they've been dealing with this ongoing crowd.
Yeah.
So, and they had somebody mess with their...
So they think there's a bad element.
They know there is, and recently they were dealing with somebody messing with one of their cars after hours. So my friend said...
Probably not putting a duck on it.
Right. No. My friend's waiting in the car to make sure his property's safe at night.
To catch a bad guy.
And I'm come slinking in going at 11 o'clock at night in a black hoodie. And he literally opened the car door with full profane scream, top of his lungs, with a gun pointed at me. And I'm in the dark, in the rain, and I'm like, whoa!
Handgun?
What?
Handgun?
Oh, yeah.
It's a Glock?
It was big.
6 hour?
I don't know. But I'm like, hey, Corey. Hey, bud. Whoa, hey, bud. Did you catch that? Thank you.
Yeah, we're good. We're
good.
Don't want to. Don't give the names.
And his face went white, and my face went white. It's me. Yeah. Oh, and we start laughing.
You're holding up the duck.
And then we start. No, the duck's already on the Jeep.
You're squeaking it.
I'm unarmed. And we laughed and we hugged for a minute, and then we both kind of figured out how stupid that was. And we laughed again, and we hugged again. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go home and take a nitroglycerin pill. I mean, I get home, and I get the phone call. You okay, man? Yeah, I'm good. It's all good. I'm sorry. You go, we don't want you to stop ducking it because, she loves when you do that. I'm like, yeah. And I thank God my friend who's, he's a hunter. He's a woodsman.
Yeah.
Knows
he knows how to use the gun.
Knows his games. Yeah, he's
ironically,
worked
he's a
his
duck
whole year
hunter.
in the Yeah. Lucky I wasn't holding it. Shot it right out of my hand. Thing squeaked as it popped. So yeah, that was my I literally and luckily he's a responsible gun owner. He's not like a shoot first. The second shot is the one that goes in the ceiling.
Sure.
He
could have just rolled down his window.
A warning shot. He could have just.
He doesn't want to shoot anyone.
No. But he wants his property safe.
But he wants to keep his
Jeep
safe.
I shouldn't have put him through it, and he shouldn't have put me through it. It was my bad. Out of the gate.
Did your heart almost explode?
I've had
mine would.
I've had issues, right?
Yeah.
I'm a heart attack survivor.
Well, just anybody. You don't even have to have issues. I'd have to change my pants.
Speaking of which, I got a new endorsement for Depends under because I think I might have leaked a little.
Yeah.
In fact, I know I leaked a little.
Well, it was raining.
Yeah,
too.
it was raining. It may have been, but man.
So when you go home,
shaking.
You finally make it home, you're shaking.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I took up smoking.
And your wife's like, how'd it go? Like, what was her reaction?
First off, I took up smoking on the way home. Finished half a pack before I got to the house.
No, you didn't.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
And we laughed, and her face went white, and yeah, let's not do late night anymore, okay? Let's
Oh my gosh,
it's my bad.
Can you imagine if you would have gotten shot? I mean, I know you have been imagining that all night.
Every minute since last night at 11 o'clock. I'm now in hour 13 of imagining if I'd been
Maybe
shot.
this is the thing that ends the duck thing. Because I always look at it and I go, it's a nice, you guys are doing a nice gesture, but I find it stupid. Not for you guys.
He called me this morning and said, hey, man, we should keep doing that.
Really?
She loves it. Both of them. Mine
almost
and his.
killed you.
He's responsible. He's disciplined. He's a disciplined gun owner.
All right.
Yeah, that was my night.
Well, that's insane. Yeah. I'm glad that you're with us.
Thanks, buddy. Me too. I bet
you're going to think twice so next time you want to put a duck on a car.
Every day's a gift. Every day. I have a newfound appreciation for the smell of this studio and the taste of this coffee.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. And Laura, you called 911 as well last night?
I called 911.
Totally unrelated.
Totally unrelated.
I was not anywhere near Laura's house last night. What happened to you?
I called 911, but I want to know if you think that I should have or not, because I felt a little bit silly about calling at the end of this.
What happened?
So someone who was like clearly homeless, I was taking the trash out, and I see them kind of eyeing a little spot under the freeway. I live close to the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to take out the recycling. They've started a fire in one of those little, where like the packed dirt meets the concrete of like an on-ramp.
Like the underpass?
Yeah. People sleep sometimes down there.
Yeah,
I will say this. I know the the faces of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
This was not a unhoused person that I recognized. New person.
This was a new homeless person.
New homeless person to the block.
Lighting things on fire.
Quick sidebar, though. You've got there's such a population of the unhoused in your community. You recognize them by appearance?
Yeah.
Several of them?
Just two.
That's awful. That's awful.
It is.
Just
It's sad. It's awful. It is.
It's horrible.
But you've got
this person lights something on fire.
Light something on fire. And I'll say this too. Like I camp a lot. I've made a lot of fires. I'm a trained Girl Scout.
Yeah.
This did not look like a safe campfire.
Sure.
The wind was gusting it, and it was blowing sideways, and it was bigger than it should have been to be controlled. And
also, what are they burning?
Right. And it's a very
they
confined
doing?
space. And I don't know this person.
Yeah.
Right. And I've never seen anyone light a fire in this area before.
Yeah.
I've also driven past a couple of those sort of propane fire explosions that we see around and under freeways.
Yeah, they get out of hand quick.
I'm the closest house, and I live in an old house. This is not a brick house. So I'm thinking, I don't want this to jump.
It's the right move. I think call 911 is the right move.
Yeah, as your show parent, if I may be so bold, you bet your bottom dollar you call 911.
Well,
Absolutely.
I felt silly because by the time I explained on the phone to the fire department where it was and what I was seeing, and I poked my head back out the door, and it was gone, and the person was gone in the span of like 10 minutes.
Well, maybe they couldn't keep it going.
Did I jump the gun a little bit?
No, not at all.
Did you say something to that person that made them douse the fire and move on?
No, don't.
No.
Okay.
No, I was not going to.
I was just curious as to why that was gone in 10 minutes.
Women should never do that, by the way. I wouldn't even do it as a guy, but like a woman should never go over and confront a homeless person who's lighting something on fire.
Okay? Trust your dad and I on this one.
Well,
I think that would have maybe been the intermediary step, was like just talking to them and being like, hey, you can't do that.
Never talk
dark.
to them.
It was 10 o'clock at night.
You'd be an insane person who's going to do something horrible. Again, might light you on fire.
I don't know them. I know the other two people. Right. This is an unfamiliar face.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad that you guys think I wasn't crazy.
If you were given the choice of calling 911 or approaching this person and even giving them a gentle, you made the right call of calling 911.
Well, I was also fire. What am I going to do about a fire?
So were you able to cancel the 911?
I was literally on the phone with the fire department, and I was like, let me just poke outside and make sure it's still there and like give you the current status, because he said we have a unit on the way. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, good. The fires spread fast. For a guy who's burned his house down twice, trust me when I say, always err on the side of caution and dial 911.
It's probably why they don't build freeways out of wood anymore either.
That's why they don't let me camp in my own house.
There you go.
My wife knows.
Well, good call. Call 911 if you see somebody lighting something on fire. Absolutely.
How was your night, Jake?
Very peaceful. Very nice. The rain was lovely. It was nice. Let's get into this. A little bit of news here before we have to jump to a quick break. Can we talk for a second about this class action lawsuit against Dick's?
Yeah, saw this yesterday.
We saw this yesterday. We've now kind of like read into it a little bit, and there's the allegation is that they're saying that they did not allow them to have proper breaks and meal breaks. So they're supposed to give them for every 4 hours they're supposed to give them a 10-minute break.
10-minute employee break. These are state labor laws.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then for every 5 hours, they're supposed to get a 30-minute meal break.
30-minute meal break.
This was from the complaint filed by the plaintiff is Madison Masterson, suing Dick's, claiming employees not given the breaks, and as required by Washington state law requires these things. Dick's put out a statement basically saying, like, listen, we can't speak specifically to this because it's a
pending
thing. But they say we value our employees and are committed to operating with integrity and in compliance with applicable laws. While we cannot comment on the specifics of the allegations at this time, we're reviewing the claims thoroughly and will respond appropriately through the legal process. My gut instinct is that this is a frivolous lawsuit. I don't know that's the case. Obviously, this will play out.
Yeah.
So a class action lawsuit, for it to move forward, a judge has to certify that the claims would apply to numerous people. And I think therein lies the problem. I don't know how many people are on board with this. We know of the one that started this. But Seattle Office of Labor Standards was asked about this, and they say since 2022, they said that we've had one worker inquiry in 2022, but the worker was unresponsive, and we've had no inquiries since then. So that would seem to me to be a pretty clean track record as far as like employees making complaints. And from everything I've heard about Dick's, again, I don't work for Dick's. I don't promote them. I do like their product.
Yeah, we've got friends who've worked for them. Saul Spady used to be a part-time employee here at the building.
Yeah,
he's the heir apparent, right? He's a legacy. He's a family.
And I have not heard of other complaints about them.
No,
and so
but all you've heard are great things.
Yeah, and like every time I go by Dick's and see on the window like great starting pay. Here's how much money you're going to make.
Sure,
it's always
scholarship
more than minimum
opportunities.
Wage. Yeah, there's scholarship for college stuff.
They've been a kind of a leader and a beacon with regard to labor in this town.
I do wonder about this lawsuit. It seems. What's your feeling on it? Like, what's your gut instinct?
I used to be of the mind that there must be something there. They found a lawyer to take the case, but then I lived in Florida for a while, and you can in Florida, literally, there are billboards. Want to sue somebody? We'll find someone to sue. Call us. Literally, tell us your life story, and we'll tell you who we can sue on your behalf.
The out-of-state thing that you're mentioning is interesting because the lawyer for this case, not in Washington, it's from the Justice Law Corporation of California.
And I'm not saying that the complainant doesn't have cause or merit. We don't know.
We're just speculating.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But I used to think, if you found somebody, a lawyer, they can find a lawyer to take any case. You really can. And again, I'm not trying to disparage the worker.
Watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah. So we'll see how many people step up to this now that it's been made public. If you're a former Dick's employee who felt you were denied a break or you were denied a paid meal opportunity,
have to prove it.
Right.
Here's what's interesting too. In the Seattle Times broke this down, and I thought this was kind of an interesting piece here. The suit claims employees. Here's what they're seeking. The suit claims that employees should be paid overtime wages for the instances when they missed breaks that extended employees' work weeks beyond 40 hours. So that would check them over into a different territory. That's like a full-time status.
If you had 40, but you didn't get 5 breaks, that's 2.5 hours of overtime.
Yeah, or
right?
you had...
If I'm ballparking it.
Yeah, whatever that would be.
Yeah, and including the 10-minute breaks or the 30-minute lunches that are supposed to be provided by law.
The suit claims that some employees were not given sick leave accrual as a result of these alleged missed breaks. So they want sick leave returned as well. In stating the intended size, again, this is from Seattle Times, in stating the intended size of the class sought by attorneys in this suit, the plaintiff lawyers state that they want all hourly paid or non-exempt employees to be reimbursed for wages lost, including interest, as well as attorney's fees. I'm just sitting there like, how do you even quantify all of that? Like, how do you add all that up for all the different employees?
Yeah, it's a lot of bookkeeping.
Do you have time cards?
That's what you'd have to.
And then you would go back and you'd go like, well, is this a he said, he said, she said situation where if the employee didn't make a case at the time, like how do you even prove that in a court of law? Like if the employee didn't complain at the time, and they didn't mention it with their bosses. They didn't file anything with the Seattle Office of Labor Standards.
I don't know the intricacies of Dick's business practices or their managerial styles or requirements at each. And there are 9 locations in Washington. Was this one particular location? Got 1 person so far. I mean, it would have to be some
10 branches.
10 branches. There would. That's right. The new one's my neighborhood. There would have to be exacting records kept. You'd have to find people. Then we're talking about researching records, subpoenaing business records, or whatever it might be. A lot of lawyer hours, a lot of billable hours here because, overtime, sick leave accrued. Okay, I get it. legal fees.
But how much?
That's the number that in this one, legal fees.
Yeah,
Is this a nuisance suit? Is this like say, okay, give us
pay us something to go away?
We're willing to consider a settlement. Lifetime burger card.
It's interesting.
You know,
could they have possibly picked a more beloved local institution?
You know,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You after Starbucks on a day like today.
Yeah,
not that we don't love. We love them. Nobody. Yeah.
But nobody cares.
Nobody. Yeah.
But
they're not lining up at last call 200 deep outside of Starbucks like they are dicks.
Totally. Yeah, it's very interesting. We'll see how that plays out, or if it even ends up going forward. They'd have to find some more plaintiffs, I think.
That's what they're doing. They're ringing the bell right now.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We got some bridge stuff to talk about. Governor Ferguson says that he's going to, this interstate bridge between here and Oregon.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to cost X, now it's going to cost.
Yeah, they cleared a Coast Guard like a hurdle yesterday. The design was okayed by the Coast Guard. Can we
talk about this when we get back?
Sure.
Why do these projects always cost way more than they initially tell you? And why are they so bad at estimating the cost?
Great question.
I'm hoping you have an answer when we come back.
I got my thoughts on it.
I have 3 examples of massive cost overruns.
Just 3? Are we limited on time?
We don't have enough time. We could do it all day. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home. Better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster, at a higher price, and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in one day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. John Curley here. A Lennox heat pump does the work of a furnace and air conditioner. And right now, get Lennox heating and cooling for the price of AC. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People, Home Comfort Alliance, HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Joe Kent is speaking out for the first time since resigning as the Trump administration's director of counterterrorism. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Kent told the Tucker Carlson show if Iran strikes inside the U.S. border, it won't be a sleeper cell.
After telling Tucker Carlson Iran posed no imminent threat, then blaming U.S. airstrikes on pressure from the Israeli government, Kent explained there's also no intelligence pointing to any terrorist sleeper cells inside the U.S.
The real threat, and most major terrorist organizations have kind of moved to this model, is the lone actors. Yes. It's inspiring people that are already in place by using the media.
The Trump administration is discrediting Kent. A New York Times report says he's under investigation for an intelligence leak. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Washington's Secretary of State is speaking out against the SAVE Act. It's a proposal that would require proof of citizenship in order to register to vote. It would also require states to actively monitor voter rolls and remove any non-citizens. Secretary Steve Hobbs, a Democrat, says it's an undue burden for voters and the state.
Our early estimates show that the overall estimate election costs for the 2026 midterms would increase to $35 to $40 million statewide. That's in November. That's 7 months from now. We are not budgeted for that.
A coalition of Republican governors and attorneys general who back the SAVE Act say current systems are not secure enough. A flood warning is in effect for several rivers in King and Snohomish counties after multiple weather systems pummeled our region with snow and now rain. The Tolt River above Carnation is expected to crest Friday afternoon with some localized flooding. The city of Carnation has already closed some roads. The Snoqualmie River is forecasted to cause widespread flooding from Falls City downstream through Carnation and Duval, with the crest expected today. And the Snohomish River near Monroe is also expected to crest today with just minor flooding. On Wall Street, the market is showing signs of rebounding, actually. The down just 12 points. S&P 500 up 4, the NASDAQ up 16. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. A soggy commute across the region, so look for standing water this afternoon. Give yourself plenty of room from the car in front of you. In Olympia, we've got a new collision. It's northbound 101 just off I-5. It's on that ramp, so both directions of I-5. Drivers, you're stacking up on the ramp to get onto 101. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're slow from Northgate in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle has a 10-minute delay. North 5, we've got a little crowding now at the I-90 interchange. And then about a 1-mile bumper-to-bumper back up there at the Ship Canal Bridge. About 7 minutes to get through that Ship Canal back up. And Canyon Park, North 405 at 527. Roadwork blocks the HOV lane. This is scheduled to through 2:30. Right now, there really isn't any significant backup. Get ready to be transported back to the golden era of rock. It's John Waite with John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band live at Emerald Queen Casino, April 9th. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Rainy and windy this afternoon. High right around 57. 53 and breezy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, you used to travel down to Portland quite a bit. You'd make that drive in the car, is that right?
Every week for a year.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I worked in Portland for a year. Would have to commute down and commute back every week.
So you were probably driving over the interstate bridge pretty often?
Yeah,
I mean, is there another way?
There is. There's a little bit of a secondary route that's just east of this particular bridge. You know, the interstate spanning Washington, Oregon, right there.
Sure.
Out of Vancouver. Beautiful, beautiful modern construction. If, of course, you're talking on a phone connected to a wall and listening to a gramophone. Well, how old's the building?
109 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 109-year-old bridge.
It's far beyond.
Looks great for its age.
Looks great. So does Grandpa, but I'm not going to have him, carrying sacks of grain up the stairs.
Sure.
It's well beyond its lifespan, and it's the replacement of this bridge has been delayed time and time again.
Yeah, they've had this for a little bit now, but they're going to replace the bridge.
Yeah.
And it's called the Interstate Bridge
Brilliant title
program.
I don't know how they came up with that.
The IBRP, is that right? Well, it doesn't really matter. IBR program. Yeah, Interstate Bridge Replacement Program. So it's a Washington, Oregon, both participating.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a lot of money, though. And the original estimates for the cost of the bridge were somewhere in the neighborhood of about $5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
The new estimates are around $15 billion. Most likely, they say, according to their estimates, the IBR program updated cost estimate is going to cost about $14.4 billion. It will include, if they have everything that they want, they always seem to. Ferguson says it will also include plans for a light rail system.
Across the bridge.
It goes across the bridge.
Yeah.
All the little extras when you're just flush with cash, you can buy a lot of fun things.
Planters.
Yeah.
Road turtles. All the things you really want in a new project.
Trains.
Sure.
So Ferguson, he was at a press conference. This was on Tuesday, and he's adamant. He says, no matter what, we're going to build this bridge, folks.
First thing I want to say is we're going to build this bridge. That's going to happen. When we had challenges getting river users to agree to a fixed span bridge, and that was going to be a huge challenge for us if they submitted testimony to the Coast Guard opposing a fixed span bridge, which would have killed that possibility. I didn't just ask my team to solve that problem. I met directly with those individuals and worked out and negotiated a deal. That's number one. Number two, I just hoped the Coast Guard would come through. I got on an airplane and flew back and met with Coast Guard leadership and made the case directly to them.
Right.
We're building this damn bridge. That's happening, okay? That's happening. Delay is not our friend.
I wish you wouldn't curse.
Spicy.
I wish you wouldn't curse.
In this situation, and that's my focus.
We're going to build it. That's my focus, he says. He says, I'm not going to say the word. He would say the other word, but I'll say darn. He'd say darn the cost. We're going to build it. Doesn't matter.
I thought they were building a dam and a bridge. Is that what he said?
He wasn't talking
They're building
about
both?
a dam. No.
Oh,
no,
I
that
misheard.
was just a dirty word.
That's why you don't use bad language.
Just bad language.
There. Yeah.
What do you think about this? Why do these costs always go so high? Why are they always? So here's what Ferguson said. This is interesting because the IBR program, their estimates are that this updated estimate is going to cost $14.4 billion, which actually means it'll probably be like north of 30. But they say it's going to be $14.4 billion.
I laugh so I don't cry.
But Ferguson kind of like just brushed that away. And here's what Ferguson said. He says it will cost $7.65 billion if the bridge is built to accommodate but not include the light rail. He says the cost is going to drop down to 5.9. Are these just numbers? He's just are these like wish upon a star situations where he's just at night like, oh please?
You bought a new car, right?
Yes, I bought a new car.
You want the upgrades?
Yeah.
You want the leather interior?
Always.
Want the power windows?
Well, my main thing is I want a heated
steering wheel.
Steering wheel.
You want the it gets warm where you live, right? You want the air conditioned seat?
Yeah, those are nice.
Those are nice. Nice cool air blowing up your tuchus on a hot summer day, right? Nobody's getting stuck to a seat. Leather or vinyl, nobody likes that.
Fun.
And you got kids, right?
I do have
kids. You want the onboard entertainment system. You've traveled with kids 3 hours.
I do not want an onboard entertainment system.
You do not want the onboard. You want to hear the screaming?
We don't let them use it. Oh. Because it makes them into bad people.
That's okay. Scratch that cost.
Scratch that cost. Yeah, you can't sell me that.
The car's only $13 million now, not $14 billion. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the grandiose number, the worst case scenario number, is the $14.4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And as Ferguson says, we don't need all that. We what we need is a bridge that is safe, that can accommodate the increased traffic flow of our two growing communities.
Yes.
That can accommodate light rail, but not include light rail. There's a big building difference in those two
But he
factors.
says it's going to happen. He says light rail is going to happen.
They're building the bridge. Well, it happening at the lower cost.
How is it possible that he could say $7.5 billion when the people who are in charge of the program are saying, nah, it's going to be 14.4, and they're so sure about it, they say in the 70th percentile probability it's going to be $14.4 billion.
Well, they're only 70% sure. They're not saying this is the cost, that's the number, there is no negotiation. They said what we'd like are all these bells and whistles, and truck stops and rest stops and all the things you want when you're building a massive project of this scope, because they're thinking beyond 2035. They're saying,
which is
now,
when
right?
they say the first car is going to drive across this.
But they're thinking
there's no way.
They're thinking 75 years beyond that. They're thinking 2100. And if you're going to build it to that scope, because the last one lasted 109 years so far, and knock wood, 9 more.
Here's a question: the last one works, correct?
Yeah. Again, I'm knocking wood every time I say it.
The old steel, the old girders, there's wood pieces.
One major seismic event and the bridge could come down.
Okay, question though. Why don't we just take the plans from the old one, give it new stuff, like some new steel? I mean, I imagine steel has gotten a little bit better than it was 109 years ago.
Right.
Just rebuild that one. Why don't we just do that? Why do we have to add all these bells and whistles and charge $15 billion?
The car you drove in, right? It's a nice car. It's got your family around. It's got a lot of miles on it.
Okay.
Right? We could put a new transmission in that. Give me about $5,000 for a new tranny. You're going to have a car with 250,000 miles on it.
Okay.
That's going to save money right now, but don't you want your family safe long term? Don't you need a new car?
Well, this is my money we're talking about. This is not government money we're talking about.
Which is also your money.
This
is your money.
Here's the problem. What I'm saying. No, just build the old bridge anew. Tear it down. Build it new, exactly to the old specifications that it was built in 1914.
Not a bell and whistle number.
I don't want any bells and whistles. I don't need any stupid train.
That's what Fergie's talking about. For the 5. He's talking about just to get him over the water.
He's saying he wants the bells and whistles. He wants everything. It's just going to cost less. I mean, why do we need a train? Why do you need a light rail?
I hear you. Well, because again, they're planning for 50 years past this grand opening. But to your point,
it's not going to open for 50 years, is my guess.
But your excuse me, your initial question was the right question.
Why does it always cost so much?
Why can't they find the right number? Why can't they get the right number?
Here's a few examples of giant projects. The Big Dig is a famous one. People always reference.
You bet. Yeah,
Boston.
Yeah. When it was started, by the way, Paul Revere proposed that legislation.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't realize that. That's amazing.
Ben
Franklin was alive
said,
in the 1980s?
Ben Franklin. No, this was first proposed in 1792.
Oh, it took a long time for him to adopt
Ben
it.
Franklin was designing the first cars to go through it.
So the Big Dig, $2.6 billion project in the early 1980s, finally completed in 2007, 8 years behind schedule. Final cost, $24.3 billion.
That's more.
A little bit more than 2.6.
2.6 to 24?
24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they're not even supposed to pay off until I think somewhere around 2050.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's what bonding does. When you get bonds. Yeah.
Which is what they're doing with light rail. By the way.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be paying those off. They say in 2075 or something stupid.
They're in the library too, by the way.
California High Speed Rail.
This
is the best.
Yeah.
Passed by voters in 2008. Groundbreaking 2015.
Sure.
As of today, they haven't really actually done anything yet.
They bought a shovel to break ground.
They do have a shovel that they bought. Originally, they say it's going to be $33 billion.
Yeah.
Current cost estimate's $135 billion.
And those are 5-fold increases for the California light rail, 10-fold, 12-fold for the Big Dig.
Yeah.
And we're only talking about 3. Come on.
Well, no, this
is a bargain.
This is double.
5 to 15.
Threefold. Yeah. You're
threefold.
Right. You're right.
Come on. It's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
See, but your point, they put these scary numbers out there.
And then
what if I could bring it in for 9? Don't you feel better about that?
They give you a price that they know they can't hit.
Well,
and
that's
then they say,
how light rails.
now you got good money invested. Now you're it's
chasing losses. That's right.
You're chasing losses.
If we don't finish it, we've thrown everything. That's why Fergie says we're building this.
I don't like it. Just build an old version of the bridge. Just build an old version for a lot cheaper. That's what you should do.
How much are new ferry boats? Maybe hydroelectric. You just drive cars across. Now how's the bridge look? Pretty good, huh?
No, it all looks bad. It all looks bad. All right, we got a lot more coming up. You want to talk about WNBA salaries next?
Yes, I like good news.
You got a big raise. All right, we'll talk about that. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed Their electric bill is diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
Many financial plans include some level of tax awareness. When retirement begins, considering taxes isn't enough. One overlooked tax decision can quietly cost families thousands over time. At Madrona Financial and CPAs, your plan isn't built around products. It's built around coordination. Licensed CPAs and experienced advisors working together, aligning investments, retirement income, and intergenerational planning using tax-efficient strategies. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Planning built on credentials. Madrona Financial Services is an SEC registered investment advisor.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of basketball happening right now. March Madness, fun time of year. People do like it. WNBA players pretty happy right now. They got a big raise. Did you see this? They're the league minimum for the 2025 season, which is currently being played or soon to be played. How does that work?
Oh, buddy.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's embarrassing. I don't know the WNBA schedule.
For the 2025 WNBA season, 66,000 is the lowest, is the smallest
league minimum. Okay.
Yes.
66,000 for a pro athlete who's generating billions of dollars in revenue.
That's incorrect. But the league...
Millions of dollars in revenue.
Yes.
Okay.
The league minimum for the 26th season, because they just had this big negotiation that happened. They got TV participation stuff.
Right.
They got profit participation. They got all this stuff. So the league minimum now is going to be $300K. But the average salary in the WNBA is going to be $600,000, which is pretty good money.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
The league minimum jumped up fivefold, and the average salary now is going to be over 300?
600.
600.
Yeah, 600. And, they were, not making much beforehand, league minimum. Now, there are different ways of players. There's the players out there, the Caitlin Clarks, the Angel Reeses. They have a lot of ad dollars.
Yeah, but that's a small handful of WNBA stars.
Yeah.
Who have the marquee value to have endorsement money coming in. Caitlin Clark makes more from endorsements by far than the WNBA pays her to play.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, she could donate that to charity.
But if you're a roster level player, and again, these are world class athletes.
Sure,
these are the best women's basketball players in the world.
Yeah,
and they're making the league minimum was $66,000. You can't live in this city on that kind of money.
Well,
you can't.
If you're in Seattle's, the Reign have done very well.
Yeah,
and
you bet
they probably are not making a ton of money.
No, and
but you also have to there is a reality of what the business is making. And if the business is not making money, then you can't demand a ton of money.
And the WNBA didn't even turn a profit until Caitlin Clark showed up. If I've got it correctly, I may be misspeaking.
I think the first time they turned a profit was within the last year or two.
Yeah, when Caitlin
they
Clark
ran at a loss.
And not that she's the savior of the WNBA, but it's hard to argue that this phenomenal player, the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, comes to the WNBA and becomes both a hero and a villain. The personality dynamics. You mentioned Angel Reese. There's a lot of other players at hand, and a lot of the players peripheral to Caitlin Clark. Now you've got personalities to drive the product. It's what happened to the NBA when the Larry Birds and Magic Johnsons. They were NBA fans.
Sure.
But when you get the marquee players, the personality types that bring the peripheral fans into the fold, that's what now the WNBA is enjoying.
Yeah,
I think you said they're enjoying more TV revenue.
Yeah, you see bigger characters.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't tell you beans from WNBA stats, and it's embarrassing because it's got more championships than any other Seattle sports franchise.
Sure,
they've earned our respect.
It's not. Sure,
and they got a solid fan base. But to your point, it's not the NBA. It never will be the NBA.
Just don't cut yourself down. I don't think it's embarrassing that you don't know the names if it's not your sport. You're super into lacrosse.
I am.
I couldn't name a lacrosse team. I don't even know how many players are on a lacrosse field.
I could probably tell you all the teams in both pro leagues and the top 10 any given time.
So for somebody, the WNBA is it,
it's
and they're very excited, and for other people, it's not, and that's fine.
Yeah. They finally got their due.
They finally are getting some money. They're getting, actually, when you compare it to how much NBA players make compared to how much the league makes, it's actually pretty good pay when you look at it. So the NBA, they have revenue, the projected revenue for the 25-26 season in the NBA is $14.3 billion. The NBA, by the way, is also the largest shareholder of WNBA.
They footed the bill
for a long time,
big enough to fly.
Yeah, up until 2 years ago, they were covering their losses.
Yep.
And now they finally are making a profit, which is great. The WNBA's projected revenue for the 25-26 season So the NBA is $14.3 billion. Do you want to take a guess? I don't want to put you in a position.
The WNBA, what's their projected revenue?
Yeah.
As a total profit or total revenue?
Revenue.
The NBA is 14?
The NBA is $14.3 billion.
$3 billion.
$300 million. Yeah.
A tenth?
Yeah.
Total revenue?
Well, no, not even a tenth. A 47th of what the NBA is going to make.
It was
a tenth of what you thought. Yeah, which is actually
that's my standard is 10%.
You're always 10. You're always 10 times off.
I live in the past.
So NBA players, the average NBA salary is $11.9 million, and the average, which sounds like a lot.
12 million is the average salary in the NBA? It does sound like a lot for a reason.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when you compare those numbers, it's pretty favorable to the WNBA.
Yeah, they're making a larger portion of the
WNBA
earnings.
is making a larger portion comparatively. So, good for them. They got the money.
Yeah.
They wore the shirts that says pay us what you owe us, and now they're getting a good chunk of money. And hopefully they're happy with hopefully everybody feels excited and they're making money. Good for them.
Because it was in large part about respect for the players, right? Because they felt like they were out there putting their health and their careers and their talents on the line for this league, this founding league.
Yeah.
And now they're getting they're just dues.
Now they're getting some money. Good for them. All right. We got a lot more coming up, which we will talk about in great detail, including a clandestine meeting between Bob Ferguson. I guess it's not clandestine. We're talking about it. Bob Ferguson and the NBA commissioner.
Silvers, yeah.
So we'll talk about all that and much more when we come back. So stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Got a Tesla, EV, or hybrid that needs repairs or maintenance? Take it to the experts at A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue, the new dealer alternative for your EV or hybrid. Visit A&M Auto Repair at myevpros.com or call 425-96-EV-FIX.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-269-3454. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-269-3454 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-269-3454 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-269-3454.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. TurboTax helps you get your biggest refund, and then Credit Karma helps you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Just in, police in Barcelona have confirmed that a body found by divers is that of University of Alabama student James Gracie. Gracie, a 20-year-old from suburban Chicago, disappeared on Tuesday while on spring break. Near Israel's northern port city of Haifa, air raid sirens sounded and lightning strikes were seen in the sky near an oil refinery. Earlier, an Iranian missile attack hit Israel's oil refineries in Haifa but did not cause significant damage, according to Israel's energy ministry. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says in an address to his country,
"The death cult in Iran is trying to blackmail the world by closing a key international maritime route, the Straits of Hormuz. It won't work."
An awkward moment in the Oval Office today as Japan's prime minister met with President Trump. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
President Trump praised Japan as a great friend of the United States. When a member of the Japanese press asked him, why didn't you tell U.S. allies in Europe, Asia, and Japan about the war before attacking Iran?
We didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise.
And then came this.
Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay?
Adding due to the element of surprise, the U.S. knocked out more than 50% of Iran's military assets in the first 2 days of the war. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard and other intel officials spent a second day on Capitol Hill facing more sharp questions on the Iran war. Democratic Congressman Jim Hines of Connecticut says in his opening remarks,
"Not one of your agencies has produced a single report saying that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States."
Director Gabbard reiterated her earlier testimony that President Trump was responsible for determining whether Iran posed an imminent threat to the U.S. based on the intelligence community's assessments. FBI Director Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi are named in a lawsuit filed by two fired agents. Details from CBS's Sarah Lynch.
They have filed a lawsuit against the Justice Department and the FBI and its leaders, alleging they were wrongfully terminated merely because they worked on a case that is politically charged that the president does not like. Both of them allege that they have never had any problems. They were never accused of any misconduct. They had good ratings for the work that they did, but because of the nature of the case that they worked on in the course of their duties as agents, they were summarily fired.
Stocks have closed down on Wall Street. The Dow has fallen 203 points, NASDAQ down 62. This is CBS News.
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Governor Ferguson signs a bill aimed at law enforcement. More on that coming up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Olympia, we're still dealing with this collision blocking the left lane of the ramp to Highway 101. So this is affecting both directions of I-5, and drivers are stacking up not only on the ramps but on the freeway itself. South 5 in Seattle, we're still slow from Northgate into downtown. Got about a 10-minute delay from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, a little crowding there at the I-90 interchange. Nothing too heavy. It gets heavy just past Mercer, though, across the Ship Canal Bridge. About 7 minutes to get through that Ship Canal back up. Up at Shoreline, we've got a new collision. North 5 at 165th, blocking the HOV lane. You're backed up approaching 145th, so Seattle to Linwood right now, up to a half-hour commute. South 405, building volumes between Factoria and Renton. It's a 20-minute trip from Bellevue into Renton. Visit Subaru Puyallup for friendly experts, transparent pricing, genuine care, and savings during the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st. SubaruofPuyallup.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Governor Bob Ferguson is formally signing bills today banning masks for law enforcement and impersonation of law enforcement, but not before a heckler disrupted the ceremony at El Centro de la Raza in Seattle.
House Bill 2165 keeps people safe by making it a gross misdemeanor to
because
wear
I'm being
law
asked
enforcement.
To leave. This is a list of things we need right now for safety that can be done.
The new laws build on existing policies requiring law enforcement to be identifiable. Ferguson says it's about ending a culture of fear spurred by ICE raids and the Trump administration.
It also shows our immigrant community, our friends, family, and neighbors, that we will stand up to protect them.
The bill does allow personal protective equipment or face coverings for religious purposes. Prosecutors say he used fists, lies, and manipulation to get vulnerable women to support his lavish lifestyle. As KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports, a California man has been convicted of sex trafficking charges in a federal court right here in Seattle.
33-year-old Brandon Denzel Washington was convicted Wednesday of 6 federal felonies related to his multi-state sex trafficking activity, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. When women were able to get away from him, they say they left with nothing. Prosecutors say he kept it all. Through one victim, they say he got a $120,000 Bentley, which he had wrapped in gold. He'll be sentenced in June, and one of the counts he's facing could put him away for life. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The state's third diverging diamond is expected to open this weekend. The new I-5 overpass at the Stillicum-DuPont Road should open early Sunday morning. WashDOT's Doug Adamson says the key feature is taking the road over the nearby railroad tracks.
When this new overpass opens, traffic will no longer be going through an intersection that's at grade or at the same level of the Sound Transit trains that are going through there.
That should make getting on and off I-5 much smoother. There is a chance that bad weather could postpone the opening. And speaking of weather, your KIRO News Radio weather, 57 with steady rain and windy conditions this afternoon. The first day of spring tomorrow brings back some sunshine of 55, and the weekend looks pretty good, mostly sunny, low 50s. Light rain, breezy, and 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. I'm very, very excited about this next conversation because, well, basically it just confirms everything that Spike and I were talking about. We were very afraid with this bill that got passed, the Senate Bill 2355, which is a workers' bill of rights that was signed into law. Governor Ferguson signed this into law.
One of the first things that got done across his desk after the short session.
Brought it across his desk. He signed it. He's very proud of it. But as we were talking about, everybody wants to make sure that workers are protected in their places of employment. But as we're talking about what our fears were, and I say our as in I'm speaking for myself, but I think you probably were somewhere along the same way.
There was just so much gray in this, and it didn't feel like the right fix which I think are some genuine issues that it addressed.
But is it turning what might be an otherwise like casual employment relationship privately? Does it turn like somebody who hires a gardener? Does it make you now their official employer, subject to all of the liabilities and lawsuits that could come from a traditional employment relationship?
More questions than answers, it felt like.
So we're hoping to get some of these answers from Elizabeth New, who has a great piece about this. She's from the Washington Policy Center. She joins us now. Elizabeth, thank you so much for making the time.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for addressing this issue. It's super confusing, like you just laid out.
It's very confusing. So again, the bill is Senate Bill 2355. It's now law in Washington State. You do such a beautiful job in this piece, so laying out exactly why these gray areas are going to quite possibly and likely lead to some very bad situations for just private citizens who want to hire somebody who might come in to clean their house once a week or once a month. Walk us through a little bit of that.
Yeah, House Bill 2355 is super fuzzy. The new exemptions, the exemptions within it for people who they're not talking about, which they call casual workers, isn't super clear. So that butts up against framework that says a domestic worker who you hire to do odd jobs or jobs regularly is 4 hours a month or more. So most, neighborhood kids are hired maybe once a week for a yard. A couple times babysitting a month could get you over this threshold.
Oh, easily.
So it's just really putting people in confusion at what is an employment situation and what is casual labor. And I think they wrote it vague on purpose, right? This is going to be compliant and legally enforced. So you're not going to know whether you're employing someone or not employing someone as a domestic worker until someone complains and tries to either file a complaint with the L&I or pursue a private right of action. And that's the fear, that this is going to eliminate these informal voluntary arrangements because people are too freaked out to have them.
Well,
I would be.
I would be this for not for a second would I even consider if I'm going to hire somebody to, put in some plants or, my wife and I, when we get the odd night away from the kids and we hire a babysitter, if she becomes an employee that the state recognizes that I am now her employer, I'm now, according to this new bill, I'm now responsible for vacation time. I'm now responsible for sick leave. I'm now responsible for if she feels like she was unduly fired, that's going to be worked out in a court of law.
Written agreements?
Written agreements.
Right.
There's going to be like up to a $20,000 penalty that I would be subject to if she proves her case in court. There's going to be a lot. Their own numbers are projecting they're going to spend now. They need 8 additional staff.
Yes.
And talk about that.
Well, that's what scared me when I was reading this the most. I thought, well, if they really just expect this for those, everyone agrees domestic workers who are being a nanny in your home or doing a lot of housework for you, those kinds of things. They're hired and they need to be treated fair. They need to be compensated and they need to understand when they're not going to be working for you anymore, all of that. And this bill would require those upfront clarifications to those people. A written agreement that tells them their schedules, their pay, what's expected, how long they're expected, and then you're required to give a termination notice to these people as well. But, what we're afraid of is that it was written so loose with this 4-hour standard that we live in a litigation land. Let's say an entrepreneur child that you hired down the street talks to a lawyer and wants to now complain about the work they were hired for. It's just not going to be worth it for a lot of people to go this route.
Is it going to be leading to the elimination of a lot of opportunities for domestic workers, do you think?
I think so. I think that, like we just discussed, I'd be more comfortable hiring with a hiring agency to do even minimal yard work or watch my kids after school because it's just not worth it to open myself up to that kind of risk.
And that comes with a fee. That comes with a fee to the agency paid by the workers. You're taking money out of workers' pockets.
But
exactly. So it's bad for them too. Less work available for the person who wants an odd job or a neighbor who wants extra work on the side. It's just going to diminish that kind of work.
I'm thinking too, that is a liability that people are not going to want to take on. I mean, I would probably. I guarantee you, I'd be much more likely to go through some sort of an actual employer who has already signed up. They are giving these people W-2s. They're doing all those things legally. Right. I'll pay a premium to them, and they're going to be the ones that have to face any possible lawsuits or have to worry about time cards and things like that. I don't want to deal with that headache, and I don't want somebody, knocking on my door, like you said, some kid like myself. When I was a kid, we all did this.
Mowed lawns.
You mowed lawns.
You
I went
bet
around.
I did.
I had an old printer in the house, and I went around and I made little business cards, and I went around in the neighborhood. I guarantee you, I worked for some neighbors for more than 4 hours a month. They'd hire me once a week. It would take at least an hour to do their yard.
Do it right. You bet. Going to edge that too? You bet.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Bag up your clippings? You bet.
They're just being nice.
Did you get a lunch break for that?
I did not get a lunch break.
You get a 10-minute break every 4 hours for that?
Well,
see?
You joke, but
I know. It's because it's
Or a
hilarious.
sick hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I getting sick leave for that? Elizabeth, how did they come up with, and we're talking with Elizabeth New at the Washington Policy Center, how did they come up with that 4-hour number? That's such a small number.
I think they want it. They're basing it off of other places with this type of law. There's one in Seattle, and the 4 hours I'm sure was pursued to include more people than fewer people, and that's what it's going to do. And the good and bad news in this is, normal people who don't follow silly laws in the legislature aren't going to know about this and probably not comply with the law. The bad news in that is that you could open yourself up to litigation by not even knowing what was expected. So, I think it was written vague on purpose, and they expect agencies and courts to make the rulings on who domestic workers are and who they aren't.
Here's a question.
So you don't even know when you're walking into the relationship what it is.
You might not know this. It might be out of your purview, but if I'm now an employer, do I need a license? Does that affect my homeowner's insurance policies? If I'm now an employer bringing in paid employees into my home, whether a gardener, a housekeeper, a babysitter?
I don't believe so, but I have not pursued that angle directly.
Okay.
That's true.
I apologize. I'm intending to take you out of your depth. So
I think that's a great question. Like Liz was saying, it's a very vague law.
Yeah, and I was wondering too, and need to talk to people more about the tax implications, right? This isn't good either for either side. If you're now having to, there's a lot of workers out there who don't track their little side gigs or this or that.
Sure.
They're in trouble with this law too. If there's something on paper, of course, they probably want to pursue a complaint and then activate the knowledge of this lack of tax payment or whether they're compliant to pay taxes. I just think it complicates a very old pastime we have of hiring people for odd jobs around the house and things like that. And domestic workers were already protected under the law for the amount of wages they made and things like that. So I just see this as intrusive on those informal relationships and think they'll start to go down.
Can you speak to that for a second? Because when I see a bill like this, it just strikes me as just like overall, this would be like a 2 thumbs down for me. I actually don't have a scale, but let's say it's a 2 thumbs down scale. It feels like they're injecting themselves into a situation where everybody was pretty happy. Like you mentioned, there was already laws protecting people to some extent who did these things. If somebody's in a private, arrangement like this where they want to make money and they don't want to have to pay a premium to the employer who sets the job up for them or whatever, they know what they're getting into. They can set their own schedule and their own hours. There's a lot of benefits to this. Are they thinking, like, is Washington State thinking we want to try to eliminate those arrangements altogether? Because that's the only outcome I see for
eliminate
this bill.
under the table gigs.
Well, and again, it feels to me like they're saying we want it all to be formalized and we want it to all be with these. I imagine a lot of these like union jobs. Is this about getting people into workers' unions, or what is this about? Like, who benefits from this?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I do think there have been domestic workers who have been treated unfairly. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah.
I understand that completely. But they have to be pursuing an end to informal work relationships that are voluntary. And I saw one person who was a strong supporter of the bill quoted in a news article this week that said, this is only just the beginning. We see a need for health benefits, vacation time, things like that. So I don't doubt that this is an agenda that's being pursued, that you would start to have very formal work arrangements, and you're bringing labor law to living rooms. Well, it's just something we haven't dealt with before.
Your piece starts with a really excellent assessment of it. It says you've got a labor laws for the living room that are using policies and designed for HR departments that are all encompassing, that are big corporate type models. I mean, is this about domestic employees wanting it both ways, that they want the freedom and the no overhead of being a part of an organization, but that they still want the benefits of healthcare and they still want the benefits of vacation time and sick time? I mean, that seems, that seems like one both ways. It doesn't seem fair to someone trying to hire.
Yeah, I think it is unfair, and I think this law brings all sorts of confusion. And, if it took me 3 days of reading this law and talking to people, questioning various lawmakers, the average homeowner is not going to do all this. They will just not hire directly. They will go to an agency and hire for an odd job for the yard or for sitting for your child. There's a lot of us moms of a certain age who paid someone to watch our kids for an hour after school each day, and that's a regular employee.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
That's
going to be huge. And that you now become their actual employer. They can say, hey, you owe me vacation time. You're like, wait a minute, I need somebody to watch my kids.
I got a toothache. How's your dental when you're trying to book a babysitter?
I know. I mean, that's an unreasonable expectation for people. It's going to stop. It's interesting when you watch, like, you almost look at any business that before was running well. And, like you say, there are outliers and there are people who are abusing the system, and that happens. But in general, everybody understands what's happening here and what's at stake. And you have, any time that the government gets involved in these things, it's going to get more expensive. It's going to become less available because you're not going to want to go to those. Those jobs are going to dry up. People are not going to be hiring those people. It's too big of a liability. It's law now. You just watch how fast it dries up. They've done this with things like childcare. It's going to be more expensive for people now. And man, I wish the state would just stay out of this stuff.
Elizabeth, you said there's a lot of gray area, a lot of unclear, a lot of fuzzy. Is that going to be improved in the future?
I don't think so. It was interesting. They shot down 4 amendments that I thought would have helped this bill tremendously. One was to up the hours to 10 hours. Still a problem, but better. Another one was to not bring the termination requirement until it's a 10-hour-a-month situation. There were 2 other ones that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but it clarified better the independent contractor relationship, and I can't remember the other one, but they turned down every one. So it made it clear to me that they're going to rely on the courts and L&I, a state agency, to clarify this better. The agency has been asked to create guidelines and a sample contract for people to use. And I think that's great, right? I think it's going to be good to have something that people can look to for what they're even expected to do. So I'll be looking at that. It's due out before the law takes place in July of 2027. So I think that's great. And the education on this is going to be massive. When the law is this unclear on who's an informal casual worker and 4 hours a month makes you a domestic worker, it's going to be hard for anyone to move forward with any peace of mind. This law might have helped protect some workers who needed protection, and I'm all for that. But in the process, you've gotten rid of informal casual work agreements made on voluntary basis, and it's a bummer.
I just want to give credit where it's due. So all Republicans voted against this, right? There's no Republicans who supported this. But 2 Democrats also voted against this. Was it Mark Elias out of Everett?
Yeah.
And then Amy Wallen out of Kirkland. 2 Democrats who also said no.
It was interesting, too, when I watched the hearings or the floor vote. I can't remember which it was. But Mark Elias was one of the people proposing an amendment to make this a little bit more palatable, and said he really agreed with the underlying premise here, but that it needed some finessing. And he voted how he said he would. He couldn't support it. They didn't support the amendment, and he didn't. So I don't know enough about his position all the way along, but I was impressed to see that, if we weren't going to make the law more palatable, he wasn't in.
Good for him. The last thing to point out, too, is, I think there's a lot of people listening right now. Like, I think about my mother-in-law who's, she's reached a certain age where she's not doing a lot of the outdoor stuff that she used to really enjoy doing, but she still loves having a beautiful garden. And she has a guy who comes by, I think probably once a week for like 2 hours a week, and he does a nice job. And I think he does this for a number of people of a certain age.
Yeah.
I would have to say now, as a protective son-in-law, I would reach out to her and be like, hey, just to let you know, you are now actually going to become, I mean, again, it doesn't kick in until 27, right? But you are actually going to become his state his employer in the eyes of the state. You're going to be responsible for things like sick leave. He can sue you if he feels like he was wrongfully terminated. If you are in violation of it more than once, I think the fine jumps up to is it $20,000?
For a repeat offender.
For a repeat offender?
40, I believe.
And so,
what if this guy's got 6 employers?
Yeah.
How does that figure out?
Yeah, that's a great question.
He has to have a written agreement from each of them. And he should. I read some legal advice from Davis Wright Tremaine, and they were saying the same thing. I was telling people in my blog that even if it's casual, to be safe at this point, I would have a written agreement.
Sure.
And I'm not even sure how, if I hire someone to babysit my kids, the termination requirement is bizarre. I've just hired you for a one-time gig. Do I give you the same day I give you that written agreement?
Yeah.
You have an entrance and exit interview same day.
You're totally right.
We'll handle the exit on the drive home. Yeah.
You're hired. I'd also like to let you know that your services are no longer required. Like, wait a minute, what? Am I babysitting or not?
You got 37 cents severance, by the way. Yeah, we appreciate your time.
Crazy. All right, well, I suggest everybody read this. You can check it out at Washington Policy Center. That's Elizabeth New. Thank you so much for coming on. We'd love to have you back sometime.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy.
By the way, real quick correction, if I may, on you, my friend. Mark Elias is Edmonds. He's
Edmonds,
my guy.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't worth it. What you were rolling along. I didn't want to. Just want to make sure Marco knows.
Marco Lias. Lias or Lias?
Lias.
Lias. All right.
Oh, well, she said Lias. Maybe.
I always thought it was Lias.
We had him on the show. How can none of us remember?
I think it's Marco Lias.
Yeah, at least I got Edmonds right.
Let's call it Lias. Whoever he is, he voted the right way, which was no. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick? I can take a good guess. I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big? Whoa. Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say? Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced. What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down? No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it. So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful. I feel great. I look great. Yeah. And I know it. I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife. I might be small, but I have a loud bark. Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you, too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
John Curley here. A Lennox heat pump does the work of a furnace and air conditioner. And right now, get Lennox heating and cooling for the price of AC. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the comfort people, Home Comfort Alliance. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Jazz Alley welcomes Candace Springs on tour in support of her latest release, Run Your Race. Backed by her all-female rhythm section, it's a show you won't want to miss. March 26th through 29th. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The price of oil now scaling back following attacks on key energy hubs in the Middle East. At one point, the price of oil soared to $118 a barrel. CBS's Erica Brown has the White House response.
President Trump said that he told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to strike Iran's South Pars oil field, which sparked a retaliatory attack on the world's largest liquefied natural gas terminal in Qatar.
On occasion, he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
The attacks on oil and gas facilities around the Gulf come as Iran continues to block the Strait of Hormuz.
Joe Kent says Iran was not close to getting a nuclear weapon when the U.S. launched its attack 3 weeks ago. The former congressional candidate in Southwest Washington resigned this week as the nation's top counterterrorism official. He tells the Tucker Carlson show Iran posed no imminent threats to the U.S.
The Israelis drove the decision to take this action, which we knew would set off a series of events.
Now, critics have accused Kent for years of promoting anti-Semitic and anti-Israel views, and as KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery tells us, the FBI is now investigating him.
Sources tell the New York Times the investigation may involve leaking sensitive intelligence, and that it was opened before Joe Kent resigned. Trump administration critics and political enemies have come under investigation frequently. Not all cases have had enough evidence to get a conviction. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Now to the closing bell reports. Another day, another jump at the pump. Average price for a gallon of gas here in Washington is now $5.15. That's up 9 cents from yesterday. In the Seattle area, it's even worse, $5.34. That's up 10 cents overnight. As the war in Iran drives prices up nationwide, right now only California is paying more than us. At the close today, stocks rebounded a bit, but still down. The Dow lost 203, NASDAQ down 62 points, and S&P off 18. Now to the real-time traffic desk. We check in with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. The Emerald Queen Casino's got our quick update. In Olympia, good news. We cleared our crash off that ramp to northbound 101, and now both directions of I-5 have cleared out as you approach that interchange. But down there in Tumwater, we have a new collision. North 5 at Trosper Road, and you've got a bumper-to-bumper backup starting back at Tumwater Boulevard, about a mile and a half back up here. Through Seattle, North 5, we're going to slow at the West Seattle Bridge, just past I-90, and then about a 1 mile solid backup approaching the Ship Canal Bridge. It's about 7 minutes to get through that Ship Canal backup. South 5 slows from Lake City Way in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 20 minutes. It's also 20 minutes from Bellevue into Renton, and South 405 is crowded approaching I-90 all the way into Renton, and North 405 slows just a bit through the Renton S-curves. Everywhere else, we're doing just fine. Get ready to be transported back to the golden era of rock. It's John Waite with John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, live at the Emerald Queen Casino, April 9th. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Cloudy and breezy today with rain. Highs will be in the upper 50s. Right now, we're looking at 54 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Man, we still have so much we got to get to. I want to circle back at some point. I want to circle back to Bob Ferguson. There's a lot of news stories about Bob Ferguson today. One is the Interstate Bridge stuff, and two is he's meeting with the NBA the day before the governor's meeting.
They're going to let him do that?
They're going to let him do that. I mean, God, we learned nothing, guys. It's like, we'll talk about this at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll get into it more in depth.
Sounds good.
All right. This was a crazy story. I saw this yesterday. I could not believe it when I read it. So Facebook used to be a company, and then they got really, really excited about this new technology that they were going to really go all in on with VR headsets. And they are going to call it the metaverse.
Okay. Because Facebook is now Meta, right?
So much so that they changed their name to Meta.
Okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
They're now called Meta.
I got a buddy who works there, and he now works for Meta.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, what happened to Facebook? And
yes.
He looked at me and laughed. Oh, he said, you're so stupid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so until a short time ago, full disclosure, I also had a friend who worked for the metaverse. Mm-hmm. They recently laid off a bunch of people. The metaverse did. But I had a friend who worked there, and the VR stuff that they were doing was really quite amazing if that's what you were into. But the problem was not enough people of a certain age have the time to really put on a headset and pretend to live a life that's different from your regular life.
You're building a second life, a fantasy life.
Life.
That's what they thought people were going to do, right?
Yeah, well, it's like on The Office. Do you remember that old scene on The Office with Dwight where he's talking about Second Life? Do you remember the show?
Yeah.
And Dwight's like, it's so great. You can build all this Second Life stuff. And then they're kind of laughing at him for stepping outside of his regular life to spend so much time building Second Life. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. So Meta has just announced that they're scrapping, listen to this, in an email, this is from Wired. Meta sent an email blast to Horizon Worlds, which is what this whole place was called. This is kind of Meta's big metaverse thing, Horizon Worlds. Sent to Horizon Worlds users today, stating that the social VR world will officially end on its Quest VR headsets. Starting March 31st, Horizon Worlds will no longer be in the Quest store. Some Horizon-specific perks, including Meta credits, avatars, yada, 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 all this stuff. And then by, what's the official date here? By June 15th, the service will be available only as a mobile platform. So it's not going to be a thing anymore, basically. And what they have invested into this, they've been operating at a loss. Listen to these numbers. As of March 2026, this month, they have accumulated between $70 and $80 billion in operating losses on this platform.
I thought it was a virtual.
Yes.
Because couldn't you build an entire flipping world for $90 billion?
Well, It costs a lot. I mean, technology costs a lot. The investments are great. The paybacks are fantastic when they work.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it costs a lot of money
Yeah,
to develop
yeah.
these things. You have to pay developers to do all these things. I mean, AI will replace a lot of that. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. That's fair. I mean,
So-
they say the pill you have costs $20 a piece, but the first one costs $20 billion.
Costs $20 billion.
To research and
100%.
development. Okay,
yeah,
I
took
get it.
20 years and
Got
all
it,
the stuff.
got
Yes.
it.
So in 2025 alone, according to this story that I was reading online, they have operating losses in 2025 alone was $19 billion. What's interesting though is like they were really, really excited about this. This was going to be the next big thing. Do you remember the movie Ready Player One? Did you ever see that? Steven Spielberg?
Yes.
Phenomenal book. Did you ever read the book?
I didn't.
That's one of those books I would recommend for
Really?
anybody. It's so good. Yeah, it's really, really great.
Better than the Spielberg movie?
It's way better than the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, the
That's
book is
saying
way
something.
better. And the audiobook is phenomenal. But anyway, the
That
movie's...
was about people living. The real world became so bad.
It's the future.
It was an escape. right?
Post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
type of a deal. And everybody is now basically spending all of their free time and all of their, not free time, they work there, they live there, they do all this stuff in this virtual world. And I think that's what Facebook was shooting for here. But it just, our world is not post-apocalyptic. So we like it.
Yet.
Not yet.
Did they pull the plug too soon?
Well, that's a question. That's a question.
I mean, because if you watch the news these days, if you look at the weather forecast, now they're calling for a super El Nino summer, hottest summer on record. They're talking about this year. They just switched the forecast. We're watching war in the Middle East. Now it's a regional war in the Middle East. They blew up 20% of the world's natural gas resources today.
It's
So
interesting.
rolling
though.
power blackouts in Europe this winter. I mean, can I still get in on this? Is it too late?
If
to
you
have
want
a
to check
fantasy
out,
secondary
I think
world?
there's other ways of checking out.
Okay.
If you want to.
Okay. I'm just saying, man.
This was Zuckerberg, though. He's explaining. This is like when they were promoting it. Listen to this. And Laura, you watched this. You said this is kind of one of the more interesting promotional videos you've ever seen.
It really is. He's walking around kind of stiffly in front of this sort of metaverse screen behind him and sort of awkwardly pausing.
Is he wearing goggles at the time?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But then he has his little avatar that soars around the metaverse.
Flying around. Okay, this is Zuckerberg talking about it.
Lots of things that are physical today, like screens, will just be able to be holograms in the future. You won't need a physical TV. It'll just be a $1 hologram from some high school kid halfway across the world. Instead of typing or tapping, you're going to be able to gesture with your hands, say a few words, or even just make things happen by thinking about them. Your devices won't be the focal point of your attention anymore. Instead of getting in the way, they're going to give you a sense of presence in the new experiences that you're having and the people who you're with. In the next 5 or 10 years, a lot of this is going to be mainstream.
Okay. It's a lot of high.
Wow.
That's a lot of
This
high.
video was 2011.
Okay.
just for that 5 to 10 year framework, he said.
Okay. He explains Horizon, which is this social network where people would go and make these lives.
Horizon is the social platform that we're building for people to create and interact in the metaverse. It's been missing something very important. People.
Money.
You can invite your
Women.
friends to join you as avatars. You'll be able to hang out, watch videos together, and jump into apps together. And we're already seeing people build some really interesting experiences, from creating new games together to throwing surprise parties in VR that family and friends around the world can join. And we also just launched Horizon Workrooms earlier this year for collaboration.
So now in your video game, you can go to work. That sounds great. Can't believe why this wasn't a smashing success.
Collaboration. The fact this didn't take off during the pandemic, I feel like was probably its death knell, don't you think?
Yeah, literally people were just sitting around. Netflix quadrupled in size because people are
took
happy
off.
to watch. Yeah.
Zoom was the biggest thing on the planet. And that's come and gone, right?
Zoom stock.
Right?
Yes.
But-
yeah, you're right.
So was this too late?
No.
And are they quitting too early? I mean, what the?
Let's play one more clip from him, and then we can talk about why this failed. So he flies through space.
Yeah, he's kind of demonstrating like what a day in the metaverse is like.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just got to find something to wear. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Mark. What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a crater I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
Boz, is that you?
Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot, man.
I thought I was supposed to be the robot.
No, I want to be the robot, dude.
You know why this failed? It's crystal clear to me.
Because it's Dorkville?
You know what's even better than the best day in the metaverse?
What?
The worst day with a girl. I mean...
Yeah, it's nice to meet a real
nice
girl.
To meet real people.
Like with a real body.
You take that off and, hey, it's not apocalyptic out here.
Yeah, what if you meet like a metaverse girl that you really like, and then you find out there's some guy in another country.
Oh, dude, what if? What if you ask? Yes. It happens every day. It's called catfishing, buddy.
I think what they're trying, I think why it failed is because human beings want real experiences. It's a novelty. It's really neat.
It is. It's not a replacement for life.
But life is pretty great.
Right.
Even a bad life is a pretty good experience.
What's the old saying? The best day at work, the worst day fishing beats the best day at work, right?
Yeah.
Right. Would you rather be in a
Not
headset?
work. Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Thank you.
$80 billion.
$80 billion. That's how much money that. Whoa, we'll just write off $80 billion.
That's insane. Yeah, which means they're making a lot of money.
All
right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Folks, the one thing you want to do is protect your biggest investment, your home, right? It's a rainy season in the Northwest, and you'll know if you've got a leak, or worse off, you don't know if you've got a leak. You should give my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction a call today. Schedule a free video inspection, free roof assessment. It's the best thing you can do. Integrity's got years of experience. They do incredible work. You can check them out online at integrityrc.com. Look at the incredible reviews. Give them a call. Schedule your appointment today. 206-202-ROOF or online, integrityrc.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners.
Country boy.
At Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades.
Willing to bleed, take a bullet.
Now he and his band, the State Liners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to
get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
John Curley here with Closets by Design. Take advantage of up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Go to closetbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule your free in-home design consultation today.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this story the other day, and it kind of caught my eye because it looked weird, but it also didn't look like the craziest thing that's ever happened on a UW campus. There was a bunch of hooded figures running around. They looked like druids or like cult members. It looked like a cult.
Look at that! Oh my gosh!
And it looked they got red hoods on. Do we have a video of this? Is this the after video? Don't show this part yet. But these on the UW campus, and everybody at the time was like, "What's going on with these hooded figures? What are they teaching at the University of Washington?" And again, that's the part that didn't surprise me.
What now?
Yes.
Oh, look, they're occupying a business. Look at this.
Well, now we can show the video now because now we do have some idea. There's now a follow-up video where all of these hooded figures, it's just some stupid marketing campaign. All these hooded figures get out of the back of what looks like a van or something.
A plane moving van, or
and they go into a pizza shop, like a new pizza shop in town.
They bring out the pizza, pizza board.
Yeah, they got pizza boards.
Yeah.
So what's this also? Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that creepy? Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. I don't like it. Oh, turn that off. That's gross. I don't like that.
It
creeps me out.
Wow.
And then they go into this place. I mean, I feel like if we say the name of the place, then it's free advertising, so I don't want to give it to them. But it's a local pizza place.
Well, it's funny you say, what kind of moron falls for this? Well, we were looking at them right here.
Did you think it was real?
Well, I don't know what it was, but given the lunacy that's allowed on the UW campus these days, who knows what you're going to find?
True. I just assumed this was a class that they taught.
What?
Just occult rituals.
Okay, sure. Religious history.
Yeah.
And Gregorian chants, a double major.
I thought that's what they were
and
doing.
Pizza. Look,
Gregorian chants I would have been fine with.
Sure.
That's beautiful. These are creepy creeps. But it's a pizza chain that apparently originally got its start in, was this Melbourne, Australia? Did you see this? Originally got its start in McLeod, Australia. And now apparently is a pizza chain here. And again, I've never tried it, so I don't want to promote it yet.
Well, the chains, I want to name the chain, but is it a chain?
You can if you want to.
It's named after an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah. Just say it. We've said it enough.
It's called Sinners.
It's called Sinners.
The pizza place called Sinners. Do I want to go to a pizza place called Sinners?
I don't know.
I mean, is it a juke joint? Do you have to be invited in?
They've got good marketing, I would say, because we're all talking about them for free. But these
run by twin brothers. How ironic.
I'm
kidding.
Does this creep you out? This type of stuff? I mean, like aside from the pizza thing, pizza's not creeping you out.
Here's what worries me. Okay, Great pizza doesn't need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't tried the place yet. I don't know.
But you got to figure out a way to get in front of people.
Yeah, cut through the noise.
You're a PR guy. You're
I'm
a
a
marketing
guy. Yeah, you got to cut through the noise. Well, we got us talking about him.
We're talking about it right now. They got a whole segment about it.
Sure, they didn't have to send over free pie or anything. Not that that'd be out of the question. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't be the worst thing they can do.
Hey, boss, I'm kidding. Look at Brian.
We're joking.
Brian pops out of that audience, out of his office that fast.
We're joking.
It's like Groundhog Day. He sees his shadow. 6 more weeks and no free pizza.
Do you? Does this stuff creep you out? The occult stuff? Do you believe in all that?
No. It does creep me out to the max.
Me too. I get a real uneasy feeling about
because the human condition is fragile. We want community. We want a sense of belonging. And some people who have it nowhere else turn to first the metaverse, and now that that's gone, they want to put on a robe.
The metaverse would have been a much safer thing to do.
Safer than some of the folks.
Yeah, some of those weird occult
I'm not knocking your religion. Well, by all means.
I am. I'm saying
but if you
creepy.
Have to,
it's really creepy.
If you're going to kill a goat, might as well put it on a pizza. I guess
Do they have a goat cheese pizza?
Yeah,
probably.
Wouldn't it be a better idea than what they're doing? I mean, let's work with them.
The thing that creeps me out about
sauce, what's in that?
I actually really believe in there's weird stuff out there. I do believe in supernatural things.
Okay. Well, I'm an Irish. The Druids, they believed in the spirits of the planet of the earth.
When I see people messing with that world, I just go oh, that's weird. Now again, this is just a pizza thing. I doubt these are actual occult members. It's occult rituals. You could just call them cult. I doubt these are actual real cult members.
Cultists?
They probably don't require that when you apply to work at this pizza chain.
We'll work for free pizza.
But I do whenever I see stuff there are people out there that really do practice this stuff.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And I do. Yeah. You don't know what you're messing with.
No. And to think we have an understanding is delusional, self-delusional.
Yeah.
But who am I to say how thin the veil between worlds is? Why does it only work on Halloween?
I think it's pretty thin.
Why can't I get through them in the middle of, say, October or
I wouldn't mess
March?
with it. I just wouldn't mess with it. I go, nope, not interested.
I'm with you.
So I would not be likely to eat pizza at this place because they may have opened up a can of worms that they cannot close. That is Pandora's box.
I hate to poke fun at, but if any place is in the basement, of a pizza place, this is the one.
Yeah.
Right?
Watch out. All right. But we don't know if they're doing anything.
No, we don't mean
to
just casting disparaging on the hooded cult-like figures going inside. We don't mean to. No, of course.
Absolutely. All right. Speaking of a crazy cult, can we talk about when we come back?
Can I just say though that our feed is down now that we've mentioned these people? We've called them out.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
Okay, I don't want. Okay, it's just okay. All right. Well, whatever.
When we come back,
you.
Bob Ferguson's in the news for a lot of things, bridges and basketball. So we're going to talk about those two things and much more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
This is the story of Julie Guillot. She's a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society advocate and the mother of a child who battled blood cancer.
Zach was diagnosed with AML, a deadly leukemia, when he was only 5. While the treatment really attacked the cancer, unfortunately it also attacked his body. Uncontrollable fevers, terrible nosebleeds, and his skin was burned from the inside out. He died at just 9 years old, really from the treatment that was meant to save him.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was founded 70 years ago by parents who also lost their child to cancer. Today, we're pioneering breakthrough treatments for kids with cancer.
We are so close to finding better treatments for kids with cancer. So it's too late to save Zach, but working together, we can save thousands of kids just like him.
Visit LLS.org and save a child's life.
Need some TLC for your hybrid or EV? A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue gives you fast, cost-effective, guaranteed service. Go to myevpros.com or call 425-96-EV-FIX. A&M Auto Repair treats you fair and square.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The Iran war is escalating sharply after an Israeli strike on Iran's vast South Pars natural gas field. Iran is threatening zero restraint. President Trump is asked about putting U.S. troops on the ground.
The president was asked about sending U.S. troops.
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. But I'm not putting troops.
Trump was speaking in the Oval Office as he met with Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi. He praised Japan's first ever female prime minister, saying he's received assurances of support in the U.S.-led war against Iran.
They are really stepping up to the plate.
Unlike NATO, he said, the president did not specify how Japan is stepping up to the plate. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Authorities in Spain have found the body of a missing Illinois college student. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Police say they have found the body of 20-year-old James Jimmy Gracie in the water off of a Barcelona beach. He was vacationing in Spain and vanished 2 days ago. Gracie was a college student at the University of Alabama and never returned to the room he was renting with friends.
And also, we have that the unpaid TSA officers are still calling out sick during the standoff on Capitol Hill over Homeland Security funding, which has led to the partial government shutdown. Now, the nationwide call-out rate was higher yesterday than it was on Tuesday, but not as high as Monday's number of just over 10%. TSA officer Sherrod Green works at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport.
Lawmakers, listen, we're not Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're not independents. We're just people that come to work every day to do our job. And all we expect you guys to do is do your job.
A heat wave lingers in parts of California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico, setting some records for this man in Santa Maria, California.
A hat, long pants, long sleeves, sunblock is huge. But the main thing for me is to cover up.
The Supreme Court honors the late Justice Sandra Day O'Connor at a meeting of the Supreme Court's bar. O'Connor was the first woman on the bench appointed by President Ronald Reagan and confirmed unanimously in 1981. Duke Law professor Lisa Kern-Griffin is a former High Court clerk.
I think Justice O'Connor's defining virtue was her generosity. She was very quick to give other people both the credit and the benefit of the doubt.
Justice O'Connor retired in 2006 and died in 2023. Just days before the Sunday premiere, ABC has canceled its already filmed season of The Bachelorette starring Taylor Frankie Paul due to an alleged incident of domestic abuse involving her ex-boyfriend. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Coming up, no more face coverings for law enforcement. The governor just signed that bill. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Your Seattle Mariners have the update. We've been struggling through the Olympia area the past couple hours. It began with the crash on the on-ramp to 101 that had both directions of I-5 jammed up for a while, but that cleared about 40 minutes ago. Right now, South 5 slows heading into Olympia and thickens up briefly at the 101 interchange. In Tomwater, we're about a half hour into this collision, North 5 at Trosper Road. It's blocking 2 right lanes. That leaves 1 lane open, and you're sitting in a bumper-to-bumper backup approaching Tumwater Boulevard, about a 2.5-mile backup. Here in Seattle, North 5, you're going to slow approaching the West Seattle Bridge just past I-90, and then you're bumper-to-bumper Lakeview Boulevard across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's going to take you 20 minutes to get through downtown. South 5 is now packed at Northeast 50th down to the Convention Center. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. South 405 is crowded from South Bellevue all the way into Renton. Bellevue to Renton is up to 25 minutes, and North 405, we're now heavy through the Renton S-curves. Don't miss opening day on Thursday, March 26th at T-Mobile Park. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. As of today, masks are illegal for law enforcement agents across the states. Governor Bob Ferguson signed that newly approved legislation in response to immigration and customs enforcement raids. He says it's all about community awareness and transparency.
Law enforcement's job, of course, is to protect us. Yet ICE is hiding from public accountability.
New policy includes exemptions for undercover operations, protective equipment, or religious reasons. This just in, Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is pausing the expansion of the city's police surveillance camera pilots. That's pending a privacy and data governance audit. Existing cameras will stay on, and there will be limited installations in the stadium district tied to World Cup security. In the meantime, license plate readers will be turned off. California man is convicted of sex trafficking charges in federal court here in Seattle. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi has more.
33-year-old Brandon Denzel Washington was convicted Wednesday of 6 federal felonies related to his multi-state sex trafficking activity, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. When women were able to get away from him, they say they left with nothing. Prosecutors say he kept it all. Through one victim, they say he got a $120,000 Bentley, which he had wrapped in gold. He'll be sentenced in June, and one of the charges he was convicted of could put him away for life. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Repairs now underway after thieves stole copper wire near the 520 bridge in Seattle. It caused outages for lights and signs, and WashDOT Steve Pierce says in one case, someone broke into a utility box.
Whoever did this has some electrical knowledge, right? So I don't think the average person would open a utility box and with live wires and cut them and pull them.
He says they're now considering locks or welding to secure those boxes or even surveillance cameras. And the Gonzaga Bulldogs are back in the NCAA tournament, this time as a number 3 seed. It's the Zags and coach Mark View's 27th consecutive trip to the tourney. Zags start their title run at 7 o'clock tonight. They'll face the number 14 seed, Kennesaw State Owls. Weather update, looking at cloudy skies and rain this afternoon, rain turning to showers tomorrow and then drier for Saturday. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now,
It's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. We have so much to do and so little time, so let's just jump right into it. I want to talk about the Sonics' potential return. We're getting closer and closer to that governor's meeting with our governor, with Adam Silver,
right,
the NBA commissioner, before the Board of Governors meeting, which is to say the owners of the NBA. Different teams are meeting to discuss whether or not they want to vote to expand the league.
Right, and if the vote, which is next week in New York,
yes,
that will give the commissioner then the right to go and negotiate with potential ownership groups in the two cities, Seattle and Las Vegas.
So the meeting is the 24th, I believe. The NBA is meeting on the 24th. We now know that Governor Ferguson is meeting with Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, on Monday before next week's pivotal vote. And quick raise of hands between you and me. Do we think that's a good idea that he's meeting with him? Yes or no?
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
I think what he says is what's going to matter. You know, if the governor can talk to the commissioner of the NBA and say, look, we understand the concerns the league has with our proposed, our now written into law millionaires tax on high earners.
It's not law yet, which is my question. I don't know the process to get a bill from the Senate. I mean, it's gone through all chambers. It needs to. It's been approved.
It's been approved. It's not a law until the governor signs it.
Well, the governor has been signing laws.
Then it'll be a law. Remember?
Yes.
Sure. It doesn't change.
And he's been signing laws left and right.
Yeah.
Every day I see him in front of a camera surrounded by people.
Yep.
Signing laws. And I'm still sitting there like, why hasn't he signed this income tax law? And I'm wondering, I don't know if this is the case, and maybe somebody will text in and let me know procedurally why I'm wrong about this, and that's fine. But I do wonder, is it possible that he is either doing one of two things? Somebody's in his ear and saying, listen, we're waking a sleeping giant by doing this, and we do not want to do that. This is a bad idea. Just politically, for Democrats in Washington, this would be very bad for them.
Yeah.
But also, right before this meeting of the governor, the NBA owners, don't sign this law. At least until after that meeting. Like, is he slow rolling it until after the meeting? Or would he have already, maybe does it take 3 weeks to draft it?
Great questions. I can't imagine. It's ready for his signature. Ready for his signature.
That's what I thought.
So the question then becomes, is there something that the NBA commissioner can say to him or that he needs to say to the NBA commissioner? This is a multi-billion-dollar impact on Seattle's economy moving forward.
Yeah. That
will last decades. A decades-long impact on Seattle's future economy. And quality of life.
Washington.
Well, Washington.
Oh, you're talking about the team.
I'm talking about the team coming.
Yeah.
So, do you need to listen to the concerns of the governor, of the commissioner of the NBA?
They certainly would have an interest
as the governor, even though it's passed the legislative process and it's ready for a signature. It ain't law yet.
Till he signs it, it's just paper.
Maybe the commissioner's going to say something like, I don't know, hey, unless you carve out an exemption,
which they can do,
which they could do.
Yeah.
That's otherwise when I go to the owners next week and I talk about the expansion of the NBA into your city and potentially Las Vegas, that could be a determining factor.
Here's why I don't think they're going to carve out an exemption.
Okay.
They have carved out exemptions for other things, but here's why I don't think they're going to carve out one for the NBA. Because we have a professional baseball team in town. And we have a professional football team in town and a soccer team. Many of those players are making over the $1 million.
We got a hockey team, if you notice.
We got a hockey team too.
And that's because that's one of the potential ownership groups.
Yes.
Looking at possibly buying into an NBA expansion in Seattle.
So if you give them an exemption, do you then have to go back and say, hey guys, we got to put it back into the law? And is he even allowed at this point without going back into the legislative session to start introducing these amendments?
Sure he does. He's got the right to veto any law.
No,
but he's got the right to say, I'm not signing this.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
but at this point, so he's going to meet with
not this session.
This session.
Maybe then you table it for a year.
So does he punt this down the road and he says, hey, you know what? We like it, but there's a couple things we need to work on specifically as it pertains to NBA possible ownership. Yeah. So does he then go to this meeting with Silver and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're talking about income tax, but what we're going to do is instead we're going to punt it down the road, and then next year we're going to make sure it doesn't affect you guys.
So these are great questions. I think if you've also alluded to the fact that maybe this is very theatrical on Ferguson's part at all.
The income tax.
The income tax.
Like maybe he's using this as a smokescreen to get everything else he wants.
Right. And
then we all love him because he hasn't signed the stupid thing. And they're all stupid. But
which makes him not a bad actor.
I don't think he's that good of an actor.
Okay.
I don't think he is. And
I'm saying if he is skilled, could he convince the NBA's commissioner that we will consider all factors when deciding?
That would be bad news. Yeah. That would be bad news because the NBA is going to enter into some sort of a good faith effort to sell to a potential franchise owner here.
Right.
It's going to be $10 billion. Mm-hmm. It's going to be massive amounts of money invested locally. If he is going into it not making a good faith effort, if he's doing it under you don't want to toy with this. You can't mess with this. This is too important. Yeah. So I do, but I was wondering. I was like, why hasn't he signed that into law yet? And
it's a great question.
And it makes me think that there's a couple things that possibly are happening.
If the NBA's got the right to seek an exemption, before they'll consider expansion, then he's also got the ability to say, hey, you know what? For professional athletes who play their time in Seattle, for the benefit of the franchise and thus the fan base and thus the citizenry, my constituents.
But if he does,
I'm going to give it for all pro athletes.
But if he does that,
then you're going after businesses, not athletes.
But what he can't admit, though, what Ferguson cannot admit, is that this is harmful, this millionaire's tax. And if he does that, he's de facto admitting that this is bad policy. And he's this has got his when you look up dumb laws in whatever, it's going to be his face next to it.
So. Let me throw this on the curb and see if the cat licks it up, because I always love that one. What if he says, you know what, folks, there's just too many unanswered questions, too many problems that we see that weren't addressed in this short session. We're going to table this till next year.
He's already alluded to that being a possibility.
Sure. Why wouldn't that be the prudent thing to just?
It probably would.
Just say no. Just say hold your horses.
The problem that he now runs into is he's kind of backed himself into a corner. Like Jamie Peterson, Senate Majority Leader, Bob Ferguson, they're like hand in hand in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have made this everything. They have really, have we ever covered a story more than we have covered the millionaire's tax? It's called a millionaire's tax, but it will be an income tax on everybody.
Yeah.
This might be their only moment to force it through. And obviously it's got to still go through the legal
Right. But and the legal challenges, the potential a vote by the citizenry, if that's even. That could be a possibility before it's implemented on in 2029.
Yeah.
That they could say, hey, we're going to put this to a public referendum and call for a vote and get the signatures we need to get and blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, to your earlier point, they've passed everything left, right, and center.
Everything.
He's signed everything.
Yeah. His hand's getting tired. He's signing so many
Starting
bills.
today, no masks on law enforcement.
Yeah.
Things that would have been very contentious issues for a lot of folks in the state.
But everybody's not looking at that.
Because they're looking at that shiny, shiny millionaire's tax.
Because they're looking at that millionaire's tax and everybody goes, oh, that's dumb. He wouldn't sign that, would he? And they're just going like, yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
How could they be so stupid?
I'm going to hold it over your head. This was, he had a previous meeting with Adam Silver and Jim Walsh, head of the Republicans in Washington State, was talking a little bit about that with Fox 13, what that meeting was about. Listen to this. This is the previous meetings. This gives us some sense of what this next meeting might talk about.
And in that meeting, Silver brought up this proposal and just the general kind of tax environment of Washington State as concerns. I don't think it's like a dead deal or anything, but Silver, the head of the NBA, had concerns.
All right, so this is a local sports historian. Oh, go ahead. Did you have a comment about that?
No. All concerns are valid. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And these are questions we don't know the answers to, so they're worth asking these questions.
Yeah.
But you think the NBA is going to pass on Seattle because of a millionaire's tax? I think that's a fantasy. The NBA wants this city. Vegas is even more attractive, which is hard to believe because this is the largest market in America without the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a dedicated fan base. They've got a built facility that's state of the art. We have so many things.
It's a lot of money, though. 9.9% of those paychecks, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Because you got to remember that these guys, it's not just 9.9% of, let's say, the average salary in the NBA is $11.9 million, which we know. We talked about that earlier.
Right.
So this would be in 2029 going forward, and its average salary then in 2029 is going to probably be $13 million or whatever.
Yeah, probably more.
This is going to be $1.3 million per year. That's just taken right out of an NBA player's pocket. But you got to remember, that's not their only 10. Like Washington essentially becomes like a 10%ery. Like that's the really tough part about being a professional athlete. They have managers. They have agents. Those are all 10%eries. And so now you're talking about, before they even get any of their money, 30%. Just in agents and managers, and now Washington State, 30% gone. Then you talk about federal taxes.
Yeah.
these guys are going to be making less, like well less than 50% of the money they bring in is going to be something they actually get to keep for themselves. And when you start adding numbers like that up, like who's working for who? That's a ton of money.
I hear you.
And so to make those arguments, like John Snyder was saying, like, hey, listen, Seattle has had a competitive advantage recruiting players because they don't have this income tax.
Like California offers. When stars look at they're going to go play for the Niners or the Rams or the Seahawks, we had that benefit.
Those organizations have to offer more because they know that they have to off-put the crazy taxes. Yeah. But they also offer more. Like California's the number one market. Washington's not the number one market.
Because they make up additional revenue in endorsements and blah, blah, blah.
I can see Puka Nacua ads all the time.
Yeah.
How many JSN ads are you seeing? All right. This is local sports historian. This is Dave, how do you say this? Eskenazi. Is that right?
That's
Eskenazi.
Yeah, nailed it.
All right. He says, will this impact the Sonics' return?
I think it absolutely could because, 10% on large amounts of money is a lot of money any way you slice it.
All right. We just talked about that.
I don't know if I agree with Dave on that one. But he's an expert. He's a historian. I'm not.
Yeah.
If you're going to put your money on somebody, put it on the guy who knows what he's talking about. I'm just saying. That ain't me.
Ellis C. Money, which is a cool last name, especially when you're talking about money. He's a journalist for ProPublica. He grew up in Seattle. He doesn't think this is going to be a problem. He agrees with you.
You have, big name athletes that are going to markets like, California and New York, where they do have income taxes. There's other ways in which athletes, earn money, through things like brand deals and endorsements. And sometimes those can be really location and market dependent as well.
This is also...
Hey, you don't get a Honey Bucket Big Dumper ad if you're working in L.A., you know what I'm saying? That Cal Raleigh money, you ain't getting that down there in the Sunshine State, buddy. No, sir.
I like that ad campaign.
I do too.
It's pretty good.
That's great.
All right. He also. Oh yeah. Go ahead. You have a.
Well, I was saying, we keep talking about how the money factors in where players decide to play, and it is a factor. I'm not going to deny that it is, but a lot of guys will say, I'm going to go play where I have the best chance of winning.
Yeah.
And so it's not the only factor.
Well, there again, Sonics are not going to have if it is
for now. But we're talking about guys who Rashid just signed because he knows I heard he turned down more money in other markets. Well, he knows that this culture.
He signed a 3-year deal, so he's not even going to be dealing with this.
No,
he might have signed it going like, all right, well, this doesn't kick in until 29.
No, but my point being, he stayed here for the possibility of another championship as opposed to making more money today down somewhere else.
But I got to say, they're not talking about the millionaire's tax for the next 2. Like during the time of his new extension, he's not affected by it.
No, I hear you.
Would that conversation have changed if this was 2029?
Well, it would have been a longer conversation, at least.
It might have been.
A few more.
Seahawks might have had to pay more for him.
Yeah, it's true.
This was C-Money does talk a little bit about how taxes can have an impact.
I think taxes absolutely do. I think while the tax component might really get, played up, especially in times right now where there's all this political discourse, I think also it's important to realize that it's only one piece of a puzzle.
So we'll see how that plays out. But and that was from Fox 13. Good audio cuts there. But Ferguson is meeting with Silver on Monday. And
can we just give him one of those meta virtual things and tell him?
Just a virtual meetup?
Tell him he's meeting with him.
It's just a fake guy.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yes, absolutely. This would get people pretty excited, though. Can I play you this clip that I saw?
Sure.
This was another one from Fox 13. Aaron Levine posted this. He was talking with Spencer Haywood. This is about a week ago. And Spencer Haywood was saying, whenever he sees Kevin Durant, what is Kevin Durant always telling him? Listen to this.
So just in general, have you thought about what that night would be like, opening night back in Seattle?
Opening night like none other.
Yeah.
And whenever I see Kevin Durant, he always say, I'm going to finish my career as a Sonic. And I'm like, well, you got 19 years now, so... And these guys are playing until, they have 23, 24 years, so...
Yeah.
He's coming back.
It's a possibility for sure, and I know
he's coming back. That's like a no-brainer for it to come back to Seattle.
Wouldn't that be interesting? He starts his career. He gets one season with the Sonics, his rookie year.
Yeah.
And then if this expansion ends up happening, it would be for the 28 season. Is that right?
28-29, yeah.
28-29, which means the math lines up because Durant just signed a 2-year extension. Does he play for the Rockets? Yeah. He just signed a 2-year extension with the Rockets. 2 years, $90 million. Pretty good. Pretty good dough.
Pretty good money.
Yeah, and that's just base salary. That's not even
he's
endorsement dollars.
He's one of those marquee players. He's one of those face of the year.
Yeah, I say he's top 3, right?
Yeah.
As far as pay goes.
Yeah.
So his contract is for let's see, his base salary for 25-26 is $53 million. Oh, it's pretty good. But in Washington, his base salary would be, everybody can do the math. But it would be very exciting if he came back. And I think obviously that gets everybody, everybody's hoping that the Sonics come back. I hope they do. I'm praying that they do. I think it would be fantastic.
It will be. It will be.
But please, Ferguson, don't go and snatch victory or defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, I feel like at this point, the only thing that he can do with Silver is just promise him that this isn't going to affect them. That's the only thing he can do. Why else is he meeting with him?
No, you're right.
There's nothing else he can add to the
equation. Not a lot of things he can say except to bow down.
Yes. So maybe the NBA will be our savior. Maybe they will get this stupid income tax shut down. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be great. All right. Can we really quickly talk about this bridge thing that we didn't talk about earlier?
The wildlife bridge.
You want to talk about the wildlife bridge?
Do you want to talk about
the interstate between Washington and Oregon?
Okay, we can do that.
There's one interesting element to this that we haven't chatted about yet.
What?
That I'm interested in your take on. So the bridge was originally supposed to cost like $5 billion or something.
Yeah.
They're now projecting it's like near 15.
14.4, I think. They're split between 13.7 and
You know it's going to be a
55.
toll bridge? I didn't know that until I was reading this piece. It's a toll bridge. So you're going to have to pay to go across it.
I wasn't aware, but I can't say I'm surprised.
Does it bug you?
I really can't. Yeah.
Well, that bugs me.
Yeah, but what won't be a toll bridge by then?
I know, but it doesn't.
What won't be?
Why did we not have tolls in the past? Why? You know who else doesn't have tolls? This really bugged me.
Deer, elk?
Oregon.
Oh.
Oregon has no tolls on their roads.
So is it just going...
So they had to pass a legislative bill to allow, because it does cross into Oregon territory, to allow for this one-time bridge thing in Oregon. But they don't toll their roads in Oregon. All of their money.
No, they're not,
Here's another thing that should drive you crazy. Drives me crazy. All of Oregon's roads are paid for through their gas taxes.
Okay.
Do you know how much Oregon pays in gas taxes per gallon? I have the numbers. These are fun. They're going to make you mad, but they're fun. Oregon pays 40 cents a gallon for gas taxes.
Wow.
Do you know how much Washington pays?
$1.
$1.20.
Yeah, $1.20.
We got $1.20 in gas taxes added on for every gallon of gas.
And they fix their roads and they have no tolls.
And we have tolls.
Yeah.
How do they fix their roads? Like, why isn't Ferguson
because
sending people down?
Because they're not spending 80 cents at every dollar trying to suck dirt out of the air.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's
true.
You
want the skinny?
That's a huge part of it.
Boil it down for
but why? Question. Ferguson.
Yeah.
After your meeting with Silver, send somebody down to Oregon and figure out how they can pay for all of their roads without tolls. We got tolls like crazy.
Everywhere you go.
I was driving on 405 the other day, and what was it, like $15?
Yeah, for the high cap, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Doesn't that drive you crazy?
It's starting to.
Yes. Good. That's what we need. We need people to reach a breaking point, and then we just say no. No more of this, and we... Just like you discipline a dog, you say no.
No.
You shake a finger at a dog, and then the dog...
You rub their nose in the toll lane.
Yeah.
Right?
Like when dogs are off doing bad stuff, you got to rub their nose in it. And I feel like local politicians, they need to have their noses rubbed in it, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Sure.
Why are we tolling all these things? Why doesn't Oregon have to do it? All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free. easy, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Yikey wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Joe Kent is speaking out for the first time since resigning as the Trump administration's Director of Counterterrorism. Kent, a former congressional candidate here in Washington, joined the Tucker Carlson show last night.
After telling Tucker Carlson Iran posed no imminent threat, then blaming U.S. airstrikes on pressure from the Israeli government, Kent explained there's also no intelligence pointing to any terrorist sleeper cells inside the U.S.
The real threat, and most major terrorist organizations have kind of moved to this model, is the lone actors. Yes. It's inspiring people that are already in place by using the media.
The Trump administration is discrediting Kent. A New York Times report says he's under investigation for an intelligence leak. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
U.S. and Japan have signed several agreements, including a joint venture to expand nuclear power here in the United States. CBS's Linda Kenyon has that.
President Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi have signed a deal to invest $40 billion to build small modular nuclear reactors in Tennessee and Alabama. A joint statement says the deal will provide next-generation power that will stabilize electricity prices for the American people. These announcements come amid a spike in oil and gas prices as a result of the war against Iran. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Amazon and Walmart face more than $1 million in fines from the Department of Ecology. The agency accuses the companies of illegally selling climate-polluting cooling products. Ecology says both companies continue to offer motor vehicle AC recharge cans. Those contain a banned refrigerant. Amazon faces an $800,000 fine from the states. Walmart owes more than $380,000. Another CEO is trying out his company's food on camera. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lemsey explains.
The hot dog price will not change as long as I'm around.
That's Costco CEO Chris Vaccaris in a social media post talking about the $1.50 hot dog and soda deal. Now that that's out of the way...
That is so good.
You may remember last month when McDonald's CEO tested out the new Big Arch on camera.
That's a big bite for a big arch.
Except a lot of people thought his big bite was a small nibble, and he got trolled on the internet for it. Vaccaris' first bite of the Costco dog was much bigger.
Amazing.
And he didn't put anything on it. Nothing. Frank Lemsey, KIRO News Radio.
All right, let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. Check in with Nate Connors.
All right, we've got trouble in Tumwater. North 5 at Trosper Road. About an hour into this collision, blocking two right lanes. One lane is open. A couple semis and a passenger car got tangled up here, and you're in a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting near State Route 121. This is going to delay your trip by almost a half hour now, so let's get you around this. If it's not too late, head east on State Route 121, and then head north on Old Highway 99. This will lead you to the Trosper on-ramp to get back to I-5. If you passed 121, your next chance is the Tumwater Boulevard exit. Head north on Capitol Boulevard, and right now there's no estimated time when this will be cleared. In South Hill, we just cleared a crash westbound 512 at 94th, but you're backed up to Meridian around the curve there. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, we're at 40 minutes, and if you're heading north through Seattle, it's packed now from the Michigan curve just past I-90, and then again from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge, all added up. It's a half hour to get through downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now to the forecast. Looking at cloudy sky, showers today, rain turning to showers tomorrow with highs in the mid-50s. Right now, 54 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have a couple of celebrity stories to chat about here. One
of them, CEO Ron Vaccaris' hot dog story, Aaron. That's awesome.
The hot dog story.
Did you miss that? That's what you were researching. You do research when we're off the air. I love that about you.
Yeah. Tell me about hot dogs.
Costco CEO says, not on my watch, $1.50 forever. Never going to raise the price. Not while I'm around.
Good for him.
$1.50. He's getting into the viral How's My Food Wars.
Oh, he's eating a hot dog?
Yeah, with Johnny McGarch, whatever, the CEO of McDonald's out there.
Yeah.
Taking the nibble, because I think he's part mouse.
A big bite for a big arch.
That's okay.
I
love this product.
What does he put on a hot dog?
Nada.
Nothing?
Yeah, nada.
No yellow sauce, nothing?
Nothing. I know. How do you dress your dog?
Mustard.
Mustard?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what adults do.
Yeah.
Ketchup's for kids.
Ketchup is for kids.
Ketchup is for kids.
I don't sprinkle sugar on my food. I don't need to do it. That's what ketchup is. All right, we have two stories. One is the Afro Man saga, which everyone is discussing.
Laura brought this to my attention, and it just made my week. It made my week.
I knew Spike would love it.
I love this.
And you
story.
guys had already covered an Afro Man song.
That's embarrassing, but yes.
Well, no, back in the day, he was like that song was really, really popular.
We can say it, right? Because I got high.
That was the name of the song.
That was his song.
He's talking about standing really high on top of a skyscraper.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
great. See, I was misunderstood.
So we can totally talk about that.
But we made a Christmas parody because when Bob Rivers and the crew, when we were making song parodies, by the end of the run, we kind of ran out of Christmas songs.
You did a lot of parodies.
We did a lot of parodies. We partied. We parodied some songs 3, 4, 5 times.
Sure.
With regard to Christmas carols,
When you started doing parodies of, oh man, I forgot his name as I was setting up the stupid joke.
Sorry.
Al something.
Frank Al Yankovic. Weird Al?
Yeah. I was going to make a joke that you did parodies of
we parodied
Weird Al.
Weird Al songs, yeah.
Which are parodies, and then you guys just
watch
collapsed
this.
on yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So Afro Man, what's the saga here? He was local police.
Laura brought me
the
up
local
to,
sheriff's
yeah.
office.
Laura brought
went
me up
into
to
his
speed,
house,
but did pretty good, right? Because if I got it right from you, Laura, I'll give you I'm giving you hearsay of
This
hearsay.
is a game of telephone, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Laura told you. You told me. I'll tell them.
Apparently, he's in Ohio, and the law enforcement community were serving a warrant on his home. Was the wrong address. If I got that part correct?
I believe so.
And they kicked in his door, and they disabled his security cameras.
Okay.
And they held they held the family at gunpoint as law
Allegedly,
enforcement. That's what was contested in court.
Yeah.
That they, with AR-15s or whatever whatever they're using, pretty scary for kids at home to have your door kicked in at the wrong address.
Sure.
Because there was an anonymous informant saying that you were moving mass amounts of marijuana. I don't know where, a guy with a song that because I got high, why they would think he was moving mass amounts of marijuana. And he had a torture dungeon in his basement were the allegations against this guy. Well, they proved to be the wrong house and completely unwarranted, no pun intended. So Afro Man does what he does. He makes a series of songs.
He also has a bunch of video from inside his house. So he not only has security cameras outside his house, but he has security camera footage inside his house with videos of all these people.
Of all these people doing these things. It wasn't just hearsay.
One of the guys apparently was eyeing a lemon loaf cake that was on a counter.
That's the story.
And so what happens is in the aftermath of all this,
lemon pound cake.
It is delicious cake, by the way.
Brilliant piece.
So he then starts making songs about them and releasing
videos.
it. And then the officers who were on his property wrongfully, they then sue him civil suits for defamation
and harassment and mental anguish.
Okay,
because now their lives from the fans of Afro Man have turned into a living hell.
Here's the lemon pound cake, and he started calling him Officer Pound Cake.
Yeah, so they actually brought Officer Pound Cake onto the stand to talk about how he's been personally harassed by this, and then they made him sit in court and watch the entire video.
Jeez.
And then we're like, "Is that you?" And I didn't include the entire video, but here's a sample of what that sounded like.
All right.
Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
We received hundreds of pound cakes that work from different people.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass spray. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice.
Oh, pretty funny.
Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock.
So this song gets some play on the internet, but
not a ton. But the whole music video is this Officer Pound Cake eyeing the cake from the security video.
The real footage of him.
Footage of him hesitating and looking at it and lowering his gun.
Lovingly looking at this, longingly.
On a loop, the whole music video.
So this is part of the various defamation suits against him.
Yeah, and mental anguish.
And mental anguish.
And
Another one of the officers.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Free lemon pound cake for life is what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's getting all these free cakes. It sounds like, yeah, that's pretty good. But so they sue him, and the jury came back and said, ridiculous. All of these lawsuits, they don't win anything. So he wins all of them.
He wins all of them.
And then he gets to go outside and celebrate. And now, what's funny is I was unaware of all these, as probably were many of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then but now we're all watching these videos. Like, they were bad before locally, and now nationally, these are songs that everybody's like watching Lemon Pound Cake.
Yeah, we did it, America. Yeah, we did it. Freedom of speech. Right on. Yeah, God bless America. Yeah, power to the people. Yeah.
This is the judge in the case right after he's winning.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed.
I didn't win. America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
Pretty funny.
Oh, and worth noting that the whole time that the trial was going on, he's wearing an entire American flag.
His suit is made out of American flags.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, he's got American flag sunglasses on, an American flag tie over his American flag suit, underneath his floor-length white fur coat.
Before we run out of time, can we switch over to this other story real fast?
Sure.
I just saw this before we got onto the air here. The Bachelorette is a show that is a big hit in my house.
I've never been a fan, but people do love it.
If you love Sauvignon Blanc and
love,
you're going to love the show.
Sure.
And my wife got me into the show, and we now watch. There's Bachelorette, and there's Bachelor, and there's Bachelor in Paradise. It's like we're the whole universe. We're big fans.
My mother-in-law was 80, was watching The Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Sure, there's one for everybody.
ABC has they're about to start the new season in 3 days, and ABC has just canceled the season.
What?
According to TMZ,
three days before it launches?
3 days before it launches. Apparently, the star of the show has a video that has emerged. Her name is Taylor Frankie Paul. She was the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives
They ran a huge promo after the Oscars.
There's a
I know
video
what this is.
where she's allegedly throwing, like in a domestic violence dispute with her then, I don't know if it's boyfriend or father
baby
of her
daddy
children.
is
Baby daddy.
probably an accurate way to say it. Yeah.
She seems to be assaulting him in the video, as it appears, and then also throwing stools at him. It's a ugly video, like very ugly. Her kids, it appears, are in the video in the background, kind of like watching this chaos unfold. Can you imagine what ABC is thinking right now, having to 3 days before their premiere? This is like
that they massive promoted right after the Oscars. So they had a national audience after the Oscars.
This is one of their flagship moneymakers.
Well, it's a marriage of two of them because she's on Secret Wives and Mormon Lives, which I believe is also an ABC production.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were thinking this was just going to be a moneymaker.
Good golly.
Cross promotion.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Heidi reruns. So they always put on when they. I don't know, man.
They even have reruns anymore?
I don't know.
They have to do something. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Your text messages and more coming up next. Stick around. Be right back.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you grow your business from idea to industry leader? With smart business buying tools and technology from Amazon Business. From fast, free shipping to in-depth buying insights and automated purchase approvals, we deliver everything you need. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
Green, happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
If you own rental property in Washington, you probably already know it's not what it used to be. Rising property taxes, increased maintenance costs, and some of the most onerous landlord-tenant regulations in the country. At some point, many landlords ask the question, is this still worth it? Brian Evans, CEO of Madrona Financial and CPAs, is hosting a live interactive workshop called Landlord Exit Strategies. In this seminar, he'll break down the impact of today's regulations, strategies that may allow you to defer and potentially reduce taxes, and how the Delaware Statutory Trust may help. It's a straightforward conversation about your options before you make a costly decision. To register or learn more, visit madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7373. Be sure to catch Growing Your Wealth Saturdays at 9 a.m.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. TurboTax helps you get your biggest refund, and then Credit Karma helps you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
It's a great time to visit Subaru of Puyallup during the Subaru A Lot to Love event for extra savings through March 31st. Visit your stress-free dealership, SubaruofPuyallup.com.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
All right, welcome back. Got a lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff. Question for you guys. We were just talking about that ABC canceling the Bachelorette series 3 days before it's supposed to premiere. The video that's been going around of this alleged domestic violence incident.
Yeah.
Is it from 2023? Did I see that right, Laura? 2023?
I don't know if it's 2023 exactly, but it's definitely
But it's not
from
yesterday.
No.
Because she's looking for love.
This
So
was a plot point on a previous season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
that this thing had happened.
Yeah, this was common knowledge.
What? I don't understand why. If ABC, they must have done their due diligence and dug around about this. Why are they just
there's no way they didn't know.
Well, it's been referenced in a previous episode of a reality show.
The
They knew
question
there
is-
was an incident. The problem is the video got out.
Well, then why would
That's the problem.
I don't understand though. If it's years in the past, I'm not saying that they should have. I'm not saying that it's a good thing at all. I'm just saying
I hear
why did they hire such a liability if they knew that she had this as part of her
Because
past?
people love to hate. You know, half the country loves her, half the country hates her. Both sides of the country's watching.
But now it's enough of a liability to cancel the entire season.
That's already in the can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
filmed,
makes me,
packaged, ready to air.
Yeah. It just makes me think though that they just didn't care about it because they didn't think it would affect them. They were like, hey, she's got a big following.
It's hard not to come
There's
to
a
that
lot of
conclusion.
online stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
And now it's going to bite them in the but I mean, it's a lot of that's a lot of money that goes into these productions.
Oh yeah.
The helicopter rides are not cheap.
What's that?
The helicopter rides, not cheap.
Think about all the helicopter.
Oh my gosh.
rides, renting that mansion.
All the
my
chocolate-covered
goodness.
strawberries.
It's crazy.
The
You're
Rose-
right.
My Rose futures just took a hit, right?
Yeah, get your money out of roses now, people.
Go, go, go.
It might be the most dramatic season ever.
You think this
Bachelorette.
value
Now they
still
can't
running
show
it?
It's going to be this
They've
thing
been teasing
that's
us for
locked
years.
away in the vault.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be
think
like the
about-
Disney vault. Like maybe they'll give it to us in a couple
20
of
years.
years.
Or
They
it's a premium paywall.
But here's the
Right?
thing: like, did she find love at the end of the season? Like, these are all questions. Now, think about the guy. Oftentimes, the person who ends up being the next Bachelor is one of the losers on this season.
Sure. Yeah.
It's usually always because they're trying to like all the synergy and stuff that
Yeah,
they try to do.
yeah,
So, like, how do
yeah.
you springboard that now?
A
Do they just
secret
say-
dad of Mormon husbands.
Secret dad of Mormon lads.
Lads, I like that better.
That's good.
All right, this whole thing is this is trouble for ABC, but we can't solve that for
That's
them.
why I watch sports, buddy.
That's why you
This
watch
is
it.
my
right.
sports. This is why I watch this stuff.
It's actually really fun, especially if you're enjoying a beverage. But let's get into some of these text messages. They're enjoyable as well. Without
Even without
drinks.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes. All right, Laura, start us off.
On Spike almost getting shot by a friend, Dave in Snohomish County says that's an only in America type of story.
Yeah, if you guys missed it, we started the show. Spike almost got shot last night.
Yeah, I was trying to surprise a friend after hours by placing a duck on his wife's Jeep, and little did I know he was sitting in his car waiting for Woodville vandals and trespassers, and jumped out of the car armed, to confront who he thought was a trespasser, and I'm looking down the barrel of anyway.
Let me read this one. This is a
Please.
funny one. Janice says, Spike, I'm glad there's not a hole in your body which doesn't belong there. So thank you, Janet.
Me too.
Aren't you glad about that?
Very, very. John and Eugene says, you're nobody till somebody shoots you.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
And
Be a good
425
parody.
says, I feel for Spike. A similar thing happened to me years ago. I got home late one night not knowing that minutes before someone had been rattling the front doorknob and not answering who they were. I opened the front door to see my wife pointing my 38 at me and talking to 911. Not a good feeling.
Wow. Got to watch out. All right,
I wasn't
Laura,
the only one with an exciting night.
Yeah, Laura had to call 911 on somebody who was lighting a fire. Thomas, under a bridge. Thomas in Tacoma says, you did the right thing calling 911. Never feel guilty. You are the only one that is going to know if something is out of place. And this is from a former police officer. Yeah, good advice, Thomas.
Adam and Ballard says, always call 911 for fires.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the Dick's Drive-In lawsuit, Destiny in Seattle says, did you know that lawyers actively call and contact employees of restaurants looking to get someone to say, I'm not receiving my 10-minute break, and all they need is one? And I think that's exactly what just happened to Dick's. They got one employee who might have had a grievance, and now the lawyer has a live one.
Yikes.
Wow, Jamestown in East Lake says, is this a competitor weeding their way into the market? Remember we had the
with
story
the
about,
lawsuit?
didn't McDonald's just announce that they're going to open a franchise up on Broadway, a block from Dick's?
That's true, in the old Rite Aid slash theater space.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know that that's the case. I
Big
tend to
Arch
doubt
is
that.
coming for days.
On the very expensive Interstate Bridge project, 206 says they're including Dow Constantine's paycheck. That's funny.
Todd in Stanwood says, don't you want the kids crossing the bridge to be safe? Remember, it's always about the kids.
It's always about those sweet, sweet kids.
253 since when is damn a curse word?
Yeah, we're being facetious, 253.
Come on.
If we can say it on the radio, it's probably fine to say.
Oh,
And Ben from Mercer Island says, did they think we'd have flying cars by now? No need for a bridge.
Yeah.
You just zoom across.
I thought I'd have a jetpack by this point.
I'm going to read this last one here. On Governor Ferguson's meeting to bring back the Sonics. 425 says the governor is waiting for an excuse not to sign. The meeting with the NBA will be that excuse. So 425 saying that he's looking for a way out of this politically.
From your lips there, 425.
Let's see what happens, 425. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. John Curley's coming up next, and when we see you next time, it will be Friday, which is going to be a great show. We promise. So we'll see you back here then. Bye-bye.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal.